We're getting tech advice from Jim right before the show.
So it was always a suggestion. It was a suggestion I'd made before, which is a good one.
iCloud was fucking up last night.
Oh, yeah, good. Stinks. Of course it is.
You're happy about that?
Well, I mean, I don't want to see anybody lose their shit, but I saw your tweet.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, you've been warned.
My phone kept popping up. Put your iCloud password in your phone. Put your iCloud password in your phone. And I'd be like, all right, I put it in. And then like 20 minutes later, a pop-up would come again asking me for my iCloud password again.
It does the same thing to me every time I sign on my computer, every time I open my phone, and I'm just like, no, cancel.
Not going to do it.
No, not happening.
Not going to do it.
This is where computers are awful, where they just don't understand. Every fucking day I've said no. Do you not get it? Computers are like stalkers.
They understand. They understand, but they don't want to accept it.
They don't care, right?
Like, they understand, but they'd like you to pay for iCloud, please.
But it's enraging. I said to someone on the phone one time, how can you turn off the iCloud notification thing? Did it finally stop doing it?
No, because it wasn't even like... It wasn't the typical, hey, sign up for iCloud notification. It was, your shit on your phone is not working because you didn't put in your password.
Yeah, same thing was happening to me.
And I go, and I have my email from iCloud. My photos are connected through iCloud, the text messages, the contacts, and the phone backs up to iCloud every night. So when they're trying to automatically do the shit on your phone and you're not connecting to iCloud because your password doesn't work, a thing pops up that says, hey, we need your password if you want us to do these automatic functions. And so I put my password in. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was worried that I was hacked or something, or that somebody got the password. And then I went to the iCloud website. And for a good chunk of the afternoon yesterday, iCloud was just down.
Okay, well, I mean, it's fixed, I'm sure. I mean, everything has glitches. There's times where everything goes down, your cable.
Facebook does not go down.
Is that from the movie?
Yeah.
All right. A, I disliked your interpretation of it, but B, I think you're probably right. They don't.
Yeah. Right. He doesn't know. It's not. It's supposed to not go down, though, you know? I mean, when... It can, you know, a website, I guess, you know, human error is human error, whatever it is. But if they go, hey, we want you to trust your life to us.
That's
like,
true.
You know what I mean? Like, we want to take responsibility for your contacts and your photos and your texts and everything, and just back it up to our server. Don't even worry about it. You don't even need a hard drive anymore. Don't worry about internal memory.
Wait, do they not want you to have them on a hard drive anymore?
Well,
is that what we're getting to?
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Definitely. And it's not like, because the technology of having more space on your computer or phone, phones a little bit, but like computers, when new computers go out, it's not like they're like, oh, we figured out how to get 3 terabytes into this thing. They're like, oh, it's super fast and blah, 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 and it's got a 128 gig hard drive. Because you don't need it. Back it all up to iCloud and Dropbox and blah, blah, blah.
It's insanity. Just get an external that you plug into. I don't know why everybody hates plugging into shit. I guess it's a little annoying. Mobile me used to fuck up all the time, and I said never again with these things. I lost like months worth of contacts.
You did?
Yeah, because it was just doing it and it backed it up from the wrong place, or it just...
Was it Hollywood Movers and Shakers?
I fucking, yeah. Bunch of big producers.
It was, right?
Yeah, it started like Harvey something went away.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You don't even remember his last name.
No.
That stinks.
Larry Spielberg. I had a bunch of guys who all wanted to do stuff with me. That is the beauty of me, is I can lose all my contacts and it's not going to hurt work.
It's fine. Voss will text you back
exactly.
anyway.
And Bob Kelly I can just find.
It's not a problem. Yeah. It went down and of course, the only place... That's what's good about Twitter. Is that I did a search on Twitter for iCloud, and I saw a ton of people complaining that iCloud was down. And it's like, fuck, he was right. He was right.
But I don't even fault it if every rare occasion, but you're right, they do want you to trust everything to them.
That's the thing.
And it's the arrogance of it and the nonstop pestering to sign in. It's like, I've said no, fuck you.
I literally just upgraded my iCloud to have a bunch of space on it because I got the iPad now, and so I want everything to sync and everything. So over like 2 days ago, I upgraded to get 2 terabytes on iCloud or 1 terabyte or whatever it was. And then the next day, it's like, yeah, it doesn't work right now. Sorry, buddy. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's the problem is that if that happens and that's the only place your stuff is, you literally, with one thing, it's going to happen where something is going to wipe out a shitload of that stuff. It's going to be a virus or it's going to be hacked. And people who only have that copy, you're going to lose a lot of stuff. It's going to be like a fire, but technologically.
We're conditioned. I get that. We're conditioned, though, and as you know, younger people come up, they're all being conditioned to not download anything. Like, the idea of keeping something is foreign. You know what I mean? Like, nobody downloads MP3s anymore. You don't download music. You don't buy an album. You stream it.
I don't like streaming. 'Cause what do you do when you're traveling?
Well, you can, all the streaming services, you can just click listen offline. You just don't, you're still storing it on their servers. You just have it, you've downloaded access to their file on your phone. So you can still listen to it offline, but technically it's within their app.
No, technically it's on your phone.
But in their app. Like, you don't have an MP3. You can't pull it off.
Right.
And do something else with it.
But you're still using storage on your phone.
So you're still using storage on your phone, but if iTunes or Spotify go down, you don't have access.
And if you cancel your subscription,
then it's gone.
Yeah.
Right. So you're not keeping it. You don't.
As
you
opposed
don't own
to
it.
I do that all the time.
There's a little
I do
teeny
too.
amount of space it just takes up of a song.
But you have to buy it.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I pay $15 for a family plan every month, and
Whoa!
I know. Look, I'm not trying to brag.
Apparently, things have gotten good in the Taft household.
Yeah.
Throw out that number.
I didn't even
Not
notice
trying
that
to brag.
that little monetary drop there.
Oh,
15
yeah.
bucks a month.
That's what they call a humble brag in the Taft box.
180 a year. Why don't you just say 100? I spend 180 clams a year.
About 200 bucks
How
on
about a little
music?
cake for the theft?
And don't send me videos anymore.
Oh, sorry, you didn't like that?
No, I didn't like that.
Did you get a chip video?
Yeah, I'm driving and I see Jim Norton, one video attached.
Yeah.
And I just look at my wife. I go, oh God,
Oh no!
so this isn't going to be good.
Did you look at it?
Of course I did.
Was it good?
No, it was him
You were right.
drooling, saying "cake for the chip."
Of course it was. Of course it was. But yeah, so like nobody's going to be used to even like the new MacBooks that just came out. Like if you want to plug a hard drive into them, like you want an external hard drive, if you get a new MacBook, make sure you get some adapters.
Yeah.
Because there's no USB plugs on it.
It's so stupid.
All they have, they have like they use Lightning or whatever it is for power.
Yeah.
And so they have 4 of those power outlets. And they all have adapters, so technically you can plug anything into them, but you have to get adapters for everything you plug into.
It makes them more money, but it's also stupid to put everything online where it could be wiped out is insanity. And I know people think I'm dumb. I don't know technology. Okay, fine. But when you lose your shit or when all your shit gets hacked because of something like that, then you'll know what it was.
I was trying to have a nice cloud existence yesterday, and I couldn't do it.
I don't even hate the idea of the cloud. I think it's brilliant, but
Dude.
it's so easy to people. Some guy kept telling me I was wrong. The phones are easier to hack than the cloud. It's like, no, they're not.
I don't even understand where my photos are anymore. Like, I don't know where they're located. I don't understand it. I just know that, like, I'll take a photo or I'll put it on my computer and it goes to all the devices.
It's not on your phone?
I guess so, but I have no idea. Like, I wouldn't know how to back up my photos. I don't know where all of them are.
I backed them all up. So how are they named? How do you name a photo?
I don't name it.
How do you search for a photo?
You just scroll.
It's crazy.
Just like this. Swipe.
That's another thing. That's another thing the iPhone needs to do. Besides color code messages that don't go out, so you know you have a message that hasn't been sent. Is there has to be a way to search for your photo names, because a lot of times you back them up onto your computer, but say I have a picture of Sam and Travis and I want to find it. I got to look through 14,000 photos on my fucking phone.
No, bro.
You can't do a search for just Sam and Travis on your computer, and it'll show any file.
It's not even like both you guys
phone.
sound like
on the
grumpy.
phone, yeah.
You sound like grumpier old men
Don't say
right
face
now.
recognition.
Face recognition, baby. You get a Travis folder, and it's going to upload any of your Travis photos right to
true.
the Travis folder.
Wait,
I
after
got
the
that.
face recognition?
After face
Oh, okay.
recognition.
I didn't know that.
You
long as
take
it's
a
in your
photo.
photos.
Right. You take a photo. You do it once. I go, that's Jim's face. And every time I take a photo with Jim's face on it, they recognize your face, send that data to the government, and make it easier for you to search on your phone. Yeah. You can have a smart folder. You have any smart albums? You can have a smart album full of Jim Norton photos just based on facial recognition.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, none of this typing to the days of words and language are over, man. This is all visuals.
It's not good for you.
Oh yeah, fuck. this is strictly a
language-based medium.
yeah. There's no visual component of this at all.
I like a nice fucking hard backup.
You do.
Yeah, I like a nice backup to an extra. I got an external. I back up all my like writing and stuff on. Plug it in. Sometimes I forget to do it, but if I lose it, it's not going to be a year's worth of shit.
Here's
It
what's
might be a
going to
month.
happen, though. Here's what's going to happen. The day will come when there is nothing left for you to plug your backup into. And you go like, I have all the data here. And they're like, well, what do you want us to do with it?
No, because in 20 years it'll be cool again. Like VCRs are cool again.
I
like
guess so, but
everyone will be like, oh yeah, I got an external hard drive.
But to plug in a VCR, you have to find like an old TV. You can't plug it into a flat screen.
You have to be able to exist without Wi-Fi on your computer with certain things. You can't just have everything can't be streamed. Like if you want to back up things you've written or things and you want to put them on a hard drive, I don't want to have to go through the cloud or anything.
How about this, Jim?
God bless you, sweetie.
You want to back up things you've written? Get yourself a composition notebook. How about that? Put it in the notebook. It's always there for you.
Email it to yourself.
They want that.
I've had after I got fucked on one of these this notebook piece of shit notebook app about 8 months ago, a year ago, and I hit the one wrong button, and I lost all these notes I had written, ideas for shows, just all this stuff I had written probably over the course of 5 years, and it might be on an older version of the app on my computer somewhere, on an older backup, but that's how fast you can lose it. Hit one wrong button, and it's like it made me hate it so much.
My notebook app is 2 for $1 at Staples. How about that? Notebooks, baby.
Well, those can be lost too or damaged.
And ballpoint pens. I think that. But here's the problem. You're right. Like as a human being, it's easier to have access to your own things. But nobody that runs these tech companies want you to have access. No, everybody that runs these tech companies are like, look, we could sell you a hard drive, and you could store your stuff on there for whatever it is, $100, $200, or we could sell you cloud, and you can pay us $10 a month for the rest of your life. And also we have access to all the information for cataloging and selling and blah 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 and doing all that.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what it is. So it's like, who do you think's going to win? Not us.
Eventually, but there's always going to be a way to back it up to something. There has to be.
Because this is what they're going to do. They're going to be like, oh, it's gonna seem weird for you to have piles of hard drives. I've like 3 or 4 big hard drives on my desk right now.
I do too, but what you do is every year they get fucking smaller.
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to spend the 12 hours, you just plug it in, take everything from here to there, empty that one and get rid of it. So you have to buy a few extra hard drives too over the course of the years, but they get smaller and smaller and smaller.
I guess that's also how you avoid hard drives failing, because you just keep buying new ones and putting the old information on the new ones.
But then the old ones get thrown out.
Right.
So many old ones are just worthless.
Well, you run a magnet through them or something?
No, you fucking erase everything on them, put them in the fucking sink, run the water on them, hit them with a hammer.
You just have a sink full of hard drives.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot to do the hard drives. They're piling up.
Jeff in Pennsylvania. Welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
J-E or G-E-O?
Oh.
J-E.
All right.
That's so interesting.
All right. Yeah, my wife had her phone stolen last week, and I was able to find my iPhone. I went knocking on some doors, talked to a bunch of kids. They didn't give it up, but when I went to the police then, they did a report. I get her new phone, hook it up to the magic iCloud, and the stupid kids took pictures of themselves, and it was the same kids I talked to. So now the detective's been out at their house because I knew the exact address, because the magic of technology, I was able to find a house. And
that is a pretty amazing thing, that if you want, you could do that, or if you wanted to, like if somebody stole your phone, you could easily wipe it if you had iCloud.
I think I do use iCloud for that. I just don't back anything up to it. But for Find My Phone, I think I do have it. I did log into it for that, because that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And also, when your phone is off or when the battery is dying, I think it sends a ping to the last location it was right before your battery dies. So there is a way to find it. Like if you lose it and 2 days later, there's no battery life left in it.
So you can get the detectives to go down there and say, this was the last place this phone was seen.
Yeah, I mean, there is something amazing about it, but it's just the idea that it's just so fucking invasive, and they won't stop pestering me.
It's what's happening. It's what's happening. They want all the information. At the end of the day, that's what it is. They want all the information on their servers, and they're saying, here's what we'll do for you. We'll make everything cleaner and quicker, and you won't have a bunch of shit in your house, but give us all your information. And you go, will it look cool? And they'll go, yeah, it'll look real cool. And you go, okay, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Yep, sounds good. Can you get all my shit on everything? Yeah. Go ahead. The first time...
Look at my iCloud, by the way.
When iCloud first kind of started, the first time I got a phone, and I turned on iCloud, right? And I was in the car before I even got home. I went out of the store. I turned on iCloud, back up from the last backup or whatever it is, and I saw all my contacts and everything uploading to my phone without ever having to plug it into anything. I was like, fuck, that's convenient.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
cool.
And Find My Phone is great. Like I said, send last location is on. You know, how do you find it? Like, what do? You log in from your computer and then you can go, where's my phone?
That's right.
Yeah, there's an app. You can have it either on like another phone or your iPad or anything that's connected to your
iCloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might do that just to do a little tester search.
And then back up your texts and photos.
No, I have iCloud. Wait, hold on. I have it.
Almost
back.
got him.
iCloud Drive is off.
iCloud Drive is off, but this is a different deal. iCloud Drive is a whole different thing.
Yeah, I'm not backing up.
No, that's not. That iCloud Drive is not backing up. That's not what it's talking about. iCloud Drive is so you can edit documents. I don't have iCloud Drive, but I still back everything
Well, I'm
up.
not backing anything up to my iCloud.
Well, don't come to me during the apocalypse.
How do you know if you're backing up to it? Let me make sure I'm not. That's a good point, Sam.
You are. I'll bet. Oh, how funny would that be if this whole time Jim's just been backing up? Just Apple has all of his filthy photos.
Storage is
Eddie Q right now is just jerking
iCloud
off.
storage details are currently unavailable. Try again later.
Oh, they got you, buddy. They hear you. They're listening to you right now, and they're like, no, just turn it off on his phone.
No, I had 5 gigs. I never upgraded my storage. There's no way I could be storing my stuff on iCloud because I never upgraded it.
Didn't
5
they-
gigs?
Didn't they give a free, isn't it 50 gigs now for free, or am I wrong?
No, I think it's still 5.
Yeah.
'Cause I always get.
See, why isn't
you
the
know.
storage information available?
Oh,
Because they're
that's
fucking
down.
tricking you.
You know, Sam said like they're listening to you, but don't you find like those Amazon Echoes and that Google thing way scarier than
What's
iCloud?
that?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're always listening.
Oh, yeah, that's everything.
Wait, what are those?
The Amazon,
Oh, no.
the Amazon Echo is like a big, long cylinder.
Oh, yeah. Is that like the name is Alexis or whatever?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you put it in your house and you just ask it questions, but you don't turn it on. So it's always listening. And you mean to tell me for a second that Jeff Bezos, who's got people, Jeff Bezos is so crazy, his employees are fucking jumping off of fucking the top of factories or whatever. Like they're killing themselves.
Well, yeah, but that person was put on that plan.
Which plan?
That plan that they have for employees that need to get back on track.
Oh, yeah.
What's the plan?
I don't remember the name of it, but it sounds real. It's just
It
sounds like
is
a weird place.
Wait, Jeff
to work.
Bezos, what does he run?
Amazon.
Okay.
It's crazy the way the companies run. Like they just had, you read that long article that they put out about like the standards that they hold people to. Like it is about as, it sounds, based on the article I read, I've never seen the factory conditions, but based on the article I read, it sounds like Amazon is about as close to like 1920s factory work when they had to start, or maybe even before that, I don't know, when they had to start putting in child labor laws. It's about as close to that as anything we have. And it's almost like they have their own sort of, it feels like the Branch Davidians. Like they have their own secret area that the U.S. isn't even looking into. You know what I mean? That Amazon has its own work habits and its own world and its own, they don't answer to anybody. They're all over the place. They have factories everywhere. They definitely have factories. They were just talking, I mean, this article was just about the distribution centers.
Is Jeff Bezos, did he start Amazon?
It's the employee improvement plan.
Employee, I got to get D-Bag on that.
Yeah.
Employee
There's nothing wrong with D-Bag.
I know. Oh, D-Bag, I was only kidding. Don't throw up. I was joking. No, D-Bag.
Poor kid.
Don't get nervous, buddy. I was joking. You're doing very well.
So worker jumps off the building after, it's a Big Brother like performance improvement plan.
So they're watching everything.
Yeah, and aren't like employees like encouraged to like rat out other employees?
Oh, yeah.
That's every company.
They've got, yeah, but I mean, they have this like point system and just constant evaluation.
No, yeah, like everything's constantly being evaluated. There's no, here's your assignments, go do your thing, everything. Like Google runs things a little bit differently. Google is not constantly watching you. They just put enough stuff on their campus that they give people a reason to stay there for like 18 hours a day.
Yeah, and they got like beanbag chairs. Like, who would want to leave?
Right. So so you end up working way more than you thought you would because great beanbag chairs. And they're not the old beanbag chairs. They're like the new ones at the mall.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
If they're what I'm thinking of, are they Yobi or something?
That's it.
Oh, well, guess who just ordered a Yobi chair?
No, you didn't.
Yes. Oh, yes, I did.
For what?
Because I haven't a sofa, but I got one. I was walking around. And it looks so comfy.
A Yobi?
Yeah, I got the long one. There's a double one, which just seems like too much.
Who do you think's going to sit on your Yobi with you?
I would sit on that. That fucking thing is awesome.
But you gotta,
Is it that one in the photo right there?
the green one?
No. It's not like a chair. It literally, yeah, you see the double one? It's a single one of those. I don't have a double one. I have a single one.
The Yobi family fun furniture.
Yeah, I sat in a single one. I got the fucking, it's awesome.
I know, but it's like, Yobi's like...
Yeah, the little green one. That's the one I got, but it didn't come yet. I got 3 different colors.
What do you mean 3 different colors?
3?
I bought one, but you can get the different slip color. Please, there's an odd that a stain could wind up on one.
Yobi's are...
You ever get your ass...
Yeah, you ever...
I stopped.
You ever get your bottom licked on a Yobi?
Yeah, why would I? It's too early.
Yobis are like a child's playroom furniture.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? I sat in one, and the fucking thing was awesome.
See, and so you could see if your office had a whole bunch of Yobis everywhere.
I can understand why people would dig it. Yes, I certainly could. As a consumer and a purchaser of a Yobi, I could see why somebody would go, I must have one.
Right, you end up coding Gmail forever. No wonder Pied Piper's almost out of business. You end up coding and coding and coding forever because you're sitting on a Yobi, right?
Go back to the top of this thing here. They said, this is what they said, that he was injured, and it was a suicide attempt. He's alive?
Oh, no, that's not good news for him. Let me tell you something. Jeff Bezos is going to be in that hospital room. Like, okay, we've had our chance to have an outburst. Are we ready to come back to work now?
He wrote an email before he tried to kill himself. The email is visible to hundreds of Amazon workers and to company CEO Jeff Bezos. He requested a move to a different department, but he was put on the deceptively harmless-sounding performance-enhancing plan. It's a PIP. And in 2014, a former Amazon employee wrote that these euphemistic corporate tools, I would not want such a thing to happen to my enemy, who broke down the details of PIPs. Let's see, a PIP is being used as a tool to fire employees.
What a PIP.
Yeah. You're in a PIP, you can be sure that you'll be made to quit within a maximum of 3 months.
Like it sounds like what Amazon does is similar to what we're going to make Alex better program was in Clockwork Orange. Like, it is so... They want you to work for Amazon in the fulfillment center where all you're doing is taking stuff off a conveyor belt, putting it into a box, and shipping it out. And they want that to be your everything and to be your life. And if it isn't, they've got plans.
Here's what it sounds like to me. A PIP is something when they want to get rid of you. But the bottom line is everybody fucking sues for unjustifiable firings. Or make you quit, but this is one of those things where they can go, look at what we did to try to improve his performance, and he was unable to do. It seems like almost like a basis covering thing in case of a lawsuit.
You should read the article that came out a few years ago.
Is that am I totally wrong? I'm totally guessing.
I don't think you're wrong. I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
But I also think that they're actively, and it's just based on the article. It sounds like they're actively trying to use like mind control, and not like Jesse Ventura mind control,
right?
But scare tactics, the same way a cult works, the same way you slowly get initiated into a cult, and eventually you're brainwashed into just following whatever the cult leader tells you to do. It seems the way Amazon runs its low-level employees.
So here's what they do: when employees ask to sign a PIP, they're not allowed to disclose it to any of their teammates.
I wish you would stop saying PIP.
I'm going to say it a lot in this article.
PIP.
Well, I am a PIP. I've been told I'm a PIP.
You're not a PIP. You're a shit.
In case they disclose, and if the manager finds out, they can be fired. So again, it's another reason to fire you. Like,
sure.
Hey, look, you disclosed confidential information.
It's also another reason to remain afraid of Amazon.
Yes. It's a compliance issue.
Yes.
So in most cases, they feel ashamed to share it. Hence the concept that PIP remains a secret to most people until it happens. Right there. Like alternate on Facebook. Hey, Facebook, I'm doing something. Can you stop? Holy shit.
Well, pop-up window came up. Zuckerberg. Hey, Jim, you like this? Tell your friends.
The fucking worst is when you're looking at something. Do you want to share this to your Facebook? No, I don't. It's a piss video. I don't. God, that's what bothers me the most. I think the technology is brilliant.
Yeah.
These guys are geniuses, but it's the invasiveness of it, and it's the technological tap on the shoulder. Well, do you want to tell your friend? Do you want to? No, I don't. If I wanted to do that, I would have indicated I want to do that. I don't need to sign in everything I have with fucking Facebook. I don't need to be asked to share everything on Facebook. I like Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Stop fucking pestering me.
How shitty a feeling is it when you click a link on Facebook and you realize it's not even a website? It's just a place where there's 100 pop-up ads and options to share, and there's nothing there. It's like a top 5 list that you have to click through 7 times to even get to number 3.
You have to be careful because they trick you.
Oh, yeah.
And they're brilliant. Whoever sets these up is smart. You know, the top 5 photos of celebrities with hemorrhoid. I got to see the celebrity hemorrhoids. What's Nick Nolte's hemorrhoids look like? But you hit the wrong one, and it's the ad. You got to find the one that just goes next, and it's the arrow. There is one to click through without hitting the ads, but they're sneaky the way they set it up. It's like the 4th one to click. And
it's almost like they're baiting you into clicking.
Of course. That's gross.
Anything else on the pips?
Yeah. Hold on. The Amazon's image suffered a big blow last year, and the Times story revealed a cutthroat culture that pushes employees to the brink. Nearly every person I work with, I saw cry at their desk.
Yeah.
Wow, what are they, serious?
By the way, it didn't stop one person from shopping at Amazon.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Where are you doing your Christmas shopping, Travis Dog?
Amazon. They have
That's
the best
right.
prices.
Exactly. Now I'm going to shop there more.
You see how quick he responded to Travis Dog? It just rolls right off the tongue.
The article doesn't describe the Amazon I know or caring Amazonians I work with. Oh, Jeff set this out. Amazonians. Oh, come on, Jeff. But if you know of any stories like these reported, I want you to escalate to HR. You can also email directly. Even if it's rare or isolated, our tolerance for such a lack of empathy needs to be 0. What's he look like, Jeff Bezos? Let me see if he's a crazy person. I'll look at his face. I'll give you an answer.
I mean, he's
Did he start Amazon, or is he just the guy they hired?
He started it.
Wow.
He started it.
Wow.
There he is. Jeff Bezos. Don't say anything bad about him because there's somewhere.
Why would I?
Somebody's got one of those tubes listening to you.
You got to crack the whip. How old is he? I'm going to guess he's like 56.
He's 28.
Wow, he looks good.
52.
God damn.
Yeah,
Just started Amazon.
Based on everything I've read about Amazon, there is no doubt in my mind that those Amazon Echoes are absolutely listening to you all the time.
So you think it's almost like
Amazon,
a Scientology type
It's
of
always
thing?
on.
Amazon's gotten to the point.
Then you can't use
It's not even plugged in. You'd have to wait until the battery runs out.
Well, yeah.
It's connected to Wi-Fi.
But this is what they do. They add conveniences to your life so that you don't mind the fact that you're handing them your life. Because you want to be able to just walk into a room and say, "Hey, Edna, what's the weather like today?" And then Edna tells you.
Well, then don't do it.
Anthony got one a few months ago.
Oh, no.
No. There's far too many secrets in that house for that kind of machinery.
I'll bet you that they it doesn't always hear clearly, so around nothing but like eggnoggers pops up.
He posted a video where he's just asking Alexa like what year someone died.
And it's like, no, that's not all that Alexa's listening to.
Funny though.
Alexa is listening to everything.
Oh no,
everything.
And Amazon's starting their own grocery stores too.
I know. I read that.
Is that where there's no cashiers?
Yeah.
Good.
It looks
What do
pretty
you mean
amazing.
good?
But
Good. When do the cashiers ever? I want a robot.
You need cashier jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, it's like the biggest industry in the country.
That's true. That's true.
Honestly, here's what happened. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is great. There's no more people at toll booths, and there's no more people collecting tickets at parking lots." The parking lot thing fucked everybody up because that was the beginning of just accepting.
Toll booths are the fucking worst. They're rude. I did a thing where
Toll booth Willie doesn't have a job anymore.
Good, fuck toll booth Willie. You know how many times I said thank you? I would be with people. Watch how rude they are. Thank you very much. They don't even look at you. These Lincoln Tunnel. No, I don't want to hear.
Who gives a fuck if they're? I'm sorry, they're not polite to you.
I got an email.
It's not a service industry.
But there's still a common courtesy.
They don't need to.
First of all, they take too long. Easy Pass is faster.
Did the gate go up?
Yeah, much faster than with Easy Pass.
Well, guess what? If you ask Edna what the weather is like, she's going to tell you real quick, but you're handing her your life.
But I don't care. I'm aware of what Easy Pass can track, and I'm okay with it.
But it also starts this downward spiral of like, okay, Easy Pass, next step, parking lots. Next step, cashiers.
Sure.
Next step,
in my
factory
house,
work.
No. And the difference is...
The only job left is going to be radio man.
Well, then eventually that will... go away.
And then they came for me, and there was nobody left to save me.
Look, I don't mind a cashier. It's different than having something in your house listening to everything you say. The Easy Pass gate, saving the line, That's smart. That's like saying, oh, I want guys to build my auto by hand.
New York's going completely cashless tolls next year.
This is not
Good. Oh,
This is not good.
oh, that makes me so.
If you don't have Easy
happy.
Pass, they'll just mail you the ticket based on your license plate.
And by the way, you know
Not
what
the
I
ticket, but the charge.
so they're taking
that's
pictures
actually
of
pretty
everybody's
cool.
license plates.
Good.
And, good. Perfect.
They
yeah,
do
that's
it anyway.
what we need.
Let them.
This is. I knew this. You know when I knew this was the cashier thing was coming? When everybody was protesting the minimum wage thing. I said, you wait and watch. And McDonald's has already announced it, too. They're putting out fucking Big Mac iPads so you can place your orders
I
on.
went into McDonald's last month,
Awesome.
and there's no
Are they
cashiers. No. That's what I was there for. I didn't know what was happening.
Travis dog. Oh.
Why is it turning into
I'm rooting for you.
a feminine?
Dude, there's no way that it's good news that there's less cashiers anywhere.
No,
No
you know what?
cash tolls. Oh, nothing.
We're not
makes
even
me
have cash
happier.
anymore.
I know that. Eventually, we won't.
No, those McDonald's things sucked. It took me like 10 minutes to figure out like how to place an order because it's so complicated.
Yeah, I know that
You don't
they-
just say Big Mac, no pickles.
Eventually, they'll fix that. Make it. I know it's annoying sometimes, and this is where I love the technology. Grubhub, and I'm sure Uber Eats is good. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But no cash. The cash lanes and the toll. I literally believe that they should have fucking explosives hooked up to them, and whoever's using the cash lane, you should be exploded in the cash lane. That's how shitty I think the cash lane is because it fucks up traffic all the way back to the tolls because people are I don't want them tracking me. No one gives a fuck where you're going, stupid. And they can track my license plate all they want. You know why it's helpful? Amber alerts, shit like that. They know where people are.
Yeah,
I don't care if you know where Jim Norton is.
You know
It's
what?
the same block. I'm going around in circles.
It eliminates jobs.
I
And
understand that
it's going to
sucks.
continue to eliminate job after job after job until like
Be faster.
yeah, it'd be faster and there's no lower class. There's barely a lower middle class.
No, there's just got to be different jobs, I guess, that you do. It is hard to find.
What,
But
building robots?
No, but technology has been doing that since the 50s. You know what I mean? It was like so many things that were done with construction. There's a million things where jobs have been cut down or there's 1/3 of what used to be needed because of technology. That's just the price of technology. It doesn't mean that you don't care about the workers.
I promise you,
But it's
there
just faster. If you run a company, do you want to pay people and have wages
But what
to
if you're a
pay?
person? I don't run a company.
I understand why.
I get why the companies are doing it, but I'm not a company runner. I'm a person.
Right. You're neither.
And like there's going to be less people because of this. People are going to start dying off because of it.
No, I don't think so.
That's
They'll have to find a different industry.
What industry?
I don't
Everybody's
know.
got to work in robot manufacturing. And guess what? Okay, look. I'm not going to spoil the end of Westworld for anybody.
Please don't.
But you ask the investors of Westworld what happens when robots start to get a little hint of the fact that they might be self-aware. You ask them what happens.
By the way, this last
am I wrong, Travis?
Walking Dead was very good.
It was. I watched it last
With
night.
Carl.
But
Very
Westworld
good.
is the best new show on television.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
And that finale was fantastic.
Finale was great. And like it made sense. He kind of saw
Total
where
sense.
it was going just right before it got there.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so good. I won't say any more.
I want to.
But it's accurate.
I'm not
probably
afraid
too
of
obvious.
that. And the jobs going away, I know stinks. I don't have an answer for that. But the bottom line is,
You don't think robots are going to leave humans obsolete?
eventually maybe they will.
What do you mean eventually? Like 20 years?
No, not 20 years, but eventually it might happen.
Why not 20 years? It's moving so quickly.
It's not moving that quickly.
It moves, but it moves
I know.
exponentially quicker.
I know all about singularity, but that's not what's happening. It's not. We're not going away.
All right.
I think the fact that millions of people still have dial-up shows that it's not going to go.
Yeah, they do, right?
Yeah.
Is that because Wi-Fi isn't available?
Yeah, and some people just don't cancel their AOL subscription.
I don't know if I cancel mine. Do you still have AOL?
No, I never had. No. What are you
No.
talking about?
2.1 million. Wow, that's still a lot of people. How does AOL survive even with nobody? I guess they have a whole new.
Well, yeah,
I've
they're
done
not.
interviews for them, but they have
I
a
mean, they're
whole.
a company.
Yeah, they're not just doing this. It's
No.
AOL, Time Warner.
But it's
blah, blah,
amazing
blah.
how they've survived. Like that's a tremendous lateral move to still be open.
Like the 2.1 million of people who are still subscribed to America Online, that's just like bonus money for them. They're not like sitting there going like, how do we keep our subscribers? They're just like, oh,
No, that's dial-up.
a bunch of idiots are still sending us money. No problemo.
Yeah, Juno's like, oh man.
Yeah, fuck. Prodigy is like, why couldn't we get we could have really used that 2.1.
What's Juno?
Those are the
Juno,
old,
it was another like internet provider back in the day.
yeah, it was AOL, Prodigy, Juno.
I thought you were going to tell me something.
No, I have no news on that front. Is that what you want?
I know. We said you know. They want to tell me something.
That's what Travis's dad said when the car was driving away.
He was screaming it with his fist in the air.
You know.
Let's go to Tim in Kentucky. What's up, Tim?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hi,
Good.
Tim.
Hey, I just want to call. I was a manager for almost a year over at an Amazon fulfillment center, and the conditions are crap. If you walk in, it looks beautiful. It's very well organized and huge. But what they ask for the managers and the associates is just ridiculous. And they flat out tell you as soon as you get interviewed that we go 90 miles an hour, and if you can't make it, we'll leave you behind.
You can't take the heat. Get your ass out the kitchen. We're on a mission.
Yeah, I mean, I was a manager for Pick, so basically our guys just walk around these gigantic mods and take, product off the shelf, and some of these guys are walking 15 to 20 miles a day. And I had one temporary associate who was 8 months pregnant, and they put her on the floor, and she ended up a week later going into labor. So,
and the baby's healthy. Great, terrific.
Yeah, I think we know the kid. So wait a minute. How much an hour does it pay?
I mean, around here in Kentucky, they have about 5 different fulfillment centers, but it's like $11, $12 an hour. The managers, we got paid great. We got signing bonus, and they try to stick you around. If you stick around for a year, you get stock options. And if you find somebody who's been with Amazon for over 3 years, they're it's unheard of. So
there's a lot of money to be made because I know nobody wants to be, fucking driven crazy in a warehouse. It sucks. But again, jobs are fewer and fewer. And it's like, there's a million jobs where it was just brutal work. I did warehouse work. It was awful. Probably not as hard as that, though. I mean, because I drove a forklift.
Plus, if I'm being honest, I would probably run a company like Jeff Bezos if I ran a company. That would probably be how my warehouse workers would probably be fucking jumping off of buildings, too.
The whole world is using it. The whole fucking planet is. Of course, he doesn't want people sitting around. There's billions of orders going through,
and it's not like they haven't come up with this amazing idea, right? Like it's like we're a website that sells things. We have to be quick, otherwise another person is going to come up with a brilliant idea to be a website that sells things. Amazon workers are encouraged to tear apart one another's ideas in meetings. I love that. Toil long and late. Emails arrive past midnight, followed by text messages asking why they were not answered. I love that. And now the standards that the company boasts are unreasonably high. I don't mind it. The internal phone directory instructs colleagues on how to send secret feedback to one another's bosses. That's a little tough. Employees say it's frequently used to sabotage others. Yeah, the sabotaging others and secret rat out phone numbers, that's not the greatest thing.
It's not, but I mean, again, it's fucking, that's every office job. People fucking gossip and talk shit and...
Yeah, but when the boss is like, please, more of that, we like that. It's like, that creates an environment that is very toxic.
Yeah,
very
I'm
fast.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know so. Let's go to
That's
Jerry.
It's like around here.
Huh?
That's what it's like around here.
Oh yeah,
very toxic.
Let's go to Jerry in Chicago.
Not in this room though.
No. Not here. Not here. We're like in an ocean of toxicity. We're that little bubble where somebody can. Oh, he survived this whole time. What's going on, Jerry?
Hey, not too much. What's going on, guys?
Hi, Jerry.
Hey, this is Terry, by the way. I don't know why. Even at my job, when I say Terry,
you know why? Because
I'll be honest, I do know why that happened.
I've never heard that name on a man before, but I'm sure it's all right.
Yeah, just accept Jerry. Terry is a lady's name.
It is. I'm from Regina. So I was calling about that, like that guy when he was talking about the environment, and just like you guys were talking about the environment that gets created when people tell on each other. Like my job is like that. I work at a logistics company. It's pretty big in Chicago, and they do that shit too. Like we have an instant messenger, and like they use it to like say, okay, well you can send a message really quick to someone who's probably on the phone. But then it's really interesting when you hear people saying shit because like some people have no real situational awareness. So somebody will send a message sometimes, and then you'll hear somebody say, oh yeah, well it's because Terry's doing this. And it's like, what the fuck? Hold on. How did that conversation even start?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then it creates this environment because then now you're thinking, okay, people are fucking watching me like all the time or talking about you, and you could be.
But
doing
I love
a great
to.
fucking job.
I love that people who rat other people out via email or instant messenger or whatever, like they're not aware that paper trail is being saved. Like all that stuff in writing is just being saved right there. So not only are you sitting there ratting somebody out, but a record of you being a rat is also there.
By the way, good point on Twitter. Somebody just pointed this out, and they're right. Say, "Hey Siri," your phone is listening to everything too. Yeah, it is. That's
if
true.
you turn it on.
Yeah. I'm saying, I mean, so I say I don't have anything like that in the house, but I do.
You have that set up to just answer you all the time?
Hey Siri. Do I want Hey Siri?
Here's the thing.
Dumb Siri.
Siri's okay because it has no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, Siri's an asshole. Hey Siri. Packers.
Nothing.
Cancel Hey Siri Packards. All right, I get it.
You know,
Confirming I want to use Uber. No.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I said no, and it says Uber will continue with your request. Shut up.
Use Uber, Siri. Yeah, see, the thing is, Amazon's thing actually works.
I kill that bitch.
So that's what's not good about that. If you got somebody listening to your words but has no clue what you're talking about, that's fine. That's totally fine.
I talked to this guy one time who was a coder, and he told me about how everyone was really leery about Google tracking everything you do. But then he was like, you know, I did some work with Facebook one time, and he's like, if anybody's ever worried about something, they should be worried about Messenger. And he was saying how when you open up Messenger and Facebook, it basically is recording, like you could be typing a message, but it's also listening to everything that's going on around you because they wanted to try to predict people's shopping habits.
Absolutely.
And I was like, wow, dude, that's really weird. And now, I mean, Facebook, they're basically like Amazon with bad comments.
Facebook is the most invasive out of all of them.
Yeah.
And it's convenient and it's cool, but they literally...
It's convenient. It's cool. The new Facebook.
I mean, it's cool to like meet, but talk to people you haven't talked to from high school and stuff. But as far as it asking me what do I want to do and where... I fucking hate it.
Like, they do absolutely. I mean, Gmail does that too, to be fair. But they're absolutely taking keywords and stuff out of your conversations to figure out what your shopping habits are so they can give you targeted advertisements.
Yes, I get them for transmissions all the time.
But people are using, like young people, use Facebook Messenger instead of text. All the information is going on Facebook, and it's all being
I thought
saved.
young people hated Facebook.
No. Young people don't hate Facebook.
I thought young people didn't use it, and they were all on Snapchat.
No, they're on Snapchat, but they're using, like, Facebook has become like the more permanent, like, yeah, I text on Facebook and I do all that, but Snapchat is more just like when it's time to have a good time, I think. Let's go to Chris. Right, Adrian? That's right? I thought so.
Facebook, but...
But you.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Adrian's
Hello.
a terrible example. I always go to Adrian for like the voice of the
You said
millennial.
employee wrong.
And Adrian goes like, yeah, well, I mean, I don't have Facebook or Twitter, and I listen to Black Sabbath. And I'm like, all right, so you're just
He's
fucking...
a good boy.
Yeah. That's it. What's going on, Chris?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Chris.
So, I was a manager at Amazon for 6 years. Just left at the end of last year. But first off, one of my good friends was telling me about the email, and the guy actually jumped off of the 4th floor and landed on the 3rd floor awning to start.
What a fucking
What
dickhead.
a dope. I'm surprised he's not an efficient employee.
Yeah, but the PIP process, it's very kind of over-exaggerated of how bad it is, because
sure.
it's not as bad as people make it out to be.
Talk about Pip.
No. Wait, what did you
So
do
basically,
at Amazon?
they rank all of the employees at a certain level, right? And then the people who are basically like the last two, they get put on a PIP. But they've been like talked to, and like you have to be really pretty shitty to actually get on one of those.
Here's the thing, though. Like, and I agree with that. And for some people, like, I do fine when being ranked and being questioned on everything I'm doing and everything, because I just do, and that's how I end up acting. But most people hate
They do.
being micromanaged, hate being ranked.
Micromanage stinks.
Yeah.
Ranked is different. Micromanage stinks.
But people hate being compared. And part of it is because of the way I think that people are coming up nowadays. They don't like being ranked, and they don't like things feeling competitive. And it makes them buckle. It doesn't make them do better. A lot of people.
Yeah.
It makes them go fucking crazy because they don't know how to handle it.
All right.
Let's go to John in Rockaway. What's up, John?
Hey guys, so you mentioned earlier robots getting smarter than humans.
Yeah.
It's actually that's seeming less and less likely.
Get the fuck out of here.
Term. There's a law called Moore's Law, which is that every year.
Oh yeah, in Sicily, right?
Every year, the number of transistors per square inch doubles, but which means that everything gets twice as fast, but we're getting to the upper bound of Moore's Law. So everyone's actually more afraid currently of stuff stagnating and us not advancing as quickly as we are used to.
Of course robots are going to get smarter than human beings very quickly. Your phone knows how to autocorrect what you write based on the words you use. It learns. It learns very quickly. And if you watch Westworld, their memory system is way better than us because it's an actual memory, not some cloudy dream. And Westworld is like a textbook. Thanks, buddy. Look, artificial intelligence learns from itself and learns from everything around it. So, of course, it's going to get smarter than humans very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly. Shane in Indiana? You there, Shane?
Good morning, boys. What's going on?
Good morning, Shane.
Hey, Shane, I just called. I want to congratulate you and Jess on the baby.
Oh, thank you.
And I don't know if you realize exactly how lucky you are that any problem first-time parents would have, you have the best in the business at your fingertips.
Who, Jim Norton?
No, I'm talking about, like, let's say your baby, you feed it and it gets a bunch of air and you teach it to puke. You just call D-bag over. Boom. When baby Chip, if you and Jess need to go out you need an emergency babysitter, Uncle Paul's right there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize all the utilities I had at my disposal.
Yeah, I helped the Teft boy.
Yeah, if Jess is having problems breastfeeding.
Did you babysit the Teft boy?
Yeah, I did. When he was 4, he started to get hair across his bottom. I had to put electrical tape on it and pull it off.
Oh, it's torturous.
I didn't like it.
I bet the baby didn't either. I bet little 4-year-old Teft didn't either.
Getting hair on there.
Did you get hair on your butt at 4 years old, Travis?
I mean, I don't remember it being on there, but that's
I took it right off with gray electrical tape.
Oh.
I put it there in your little fuzzy crack.
Oh.
Yeah, it pulled right at it.
Duct tape. It must have ripped flesh.
No, it didn't. Just the hairs. What do you think of this cop getting off?
Oh, my God.
We're not getting off, but mistrial.
Mistrial. It's fucking crazy. In South Carolina, you guys remember that video of the black
Walters,
guy that was running away and got shot in the back? Well, that obviously went to trial. It was a murder trial. And by the way, when a cop goes to trial on murder charges in that scenario, that it's pretty serious. Because if they can find any sort of justification, they'll at least try to diminish the charge. But it was like, no, this is the real deal. And
can we see the video, Adrian, of him running away?
One juror held out. And so they couldn't reach a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
And they called it a mistrial, it's mind-boggling. The excuses they're using are like, well, there might have been an altercation beforehand.
Even if there was, I get that, but
he shot him in the back. You can't.
The guy is running right there.
If an intruder comes in your house, you can't shoot him in the back because then it's obvious that it poses no threat. Look how far away he was. He's yards.
How about the Your World, My Views fucking thing? Isn't it? Can they not put the stamp in the middle? Can we get another one?
Just trying to get my shine. He shot him in the back.
Yeah.
It's so clear, this one, that the cop made a mistake.
The moment.
And killed him. Why'd you throw out of that one?
Just kept pausing in the middle of it.
Oh.
Plus, is the news actually showing the shooting or no? There they go.
Yeah, there it is.
And the guy was running 2 miles an hour.
I know. He could have caught him. If he had any sort of
I've never
physical
seen anybody
fitness.
running slow. He's like jogging away.
He really is. He's sauntering. He just kind of sauntered away, and the cop decided to pull his gun out. Yeah, it's really bad.
And doesn't the cop put something by him? Does he put the taser by him or something?
Yeah. That's what it looked like. It looked like some kind of object, whether it's a taser, whether it's a gun, whether it's something. It looked like an object was planted next to him based on the video that we saw. I don't know for sure. But a mistrial was declared, so they're going to, I guess, have to bring him back to trial. We're going to try him again, is what the prosecutor said.
Yeah.
The 35-year-old broke down last week when he testified that he had pulled over Scott's 1991 Mercedes for a broken taillight. He said the cop said he feared for his life after a scuffle ensued and said he shot the 50-year-old to protect himself. But the incident drew nationwide outrage after a cell phone video showed the shooting in the back as he ran away. Slager was fired from the force and charged with murder days after the cell phone video was released. Yeah, it's inexcusable. There's no way in that moment that guy's running away. What's he doing? Running away so he can turn around and attack you?
And well, his thing, I'm guessing he's like, I didn't know if he had a gun because we had an altercation. He's probably saying he didn't get to frisk him, but that's not enough. You can't shoot somebody in the back because you don't know if they have a fucking weapon.
You can't shoot somebody just for having a weapon. You'd shoot somebody if that weapon was a threat to you. But if the guy's running away from you, that weapon's not a threat to you.
Yeah.
So to shoot him in the back, you'd think this would be open and shut. I'm surprised that the guy even pled not guilty. I don't understand what the defense would even be.
I don't either. Does anybody know? I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that follow this more closely than we do.
The cop said that his defense was he thought his life was in danger and there was a scuffle before the shooting. But I don't see how anybody could buy that. That seems so ridiculous based on the video that's there.
It's utter nonsense.
Yeah.
But then when you say that, people are like, well, you're not a cop. I know I'm not a cop. But I also know when a guy's running away.
Yeah.
I do understand two people facing each other.
Right. This one's different.
Fucking jogging away. Not even running fast.
And it's honestly, and there's a reason that they fired this guy immediately.
And maybe there was a scuffle. Maybe the guy did fucking do something, or maybe he did tase him and he didn't.
Nobody's saying there wasn't a scuffle, or maybe that could have happened too. But none of that really matters in this instance, based on the evidence.
I mean, when you're so quick to be charged with murder, instead of and
you get fired from the cops completely,
manslaughter, then sometimes it's
no leave without pay. It's not suspension. It's you're fired. They're charging you for murder.
Sometimes it is what it is.
Right.
A good way to put it.
Thank you. Yeah, you see a guy running away and you shoot him in the back.
How angry would you have been as a juror to listen to the one fucking juror who wouldn't budge an inch?
I'm not changing my. I mean, again, it's my instinct was like,
look, I support the police. Hey, I support the police, and there was a scuffle.
I bet you he was thinking manslaughter because the guy he didn't know 100% the guy should be murdered. It probably was something like that, where they wanted him with murder, him with manslaughter. I don't see how you could think the cop should get nothing. I don't.
Murder's a big charge, but I also don't see how you could not charge him with murder.
Murder was the charge that they gave him.
Right. It's good.
Thank you.
It's the second hip-hop reference today.
What's the first one?
You missed it.
No, I probably didn't miss it. I probably...
No, I did it. You missed it.
Oh. No, I heard it.
But
I'm not saying.
Well, tell me. I'll tell you if I got it.
You definitely didn't get it.
You don't think I got it?
No.
I might have.
Nope.
You didn't, dude.
Oh. I want to know it. Oh, I know what it was.
Where did cheese?
I was it. You did. Okay, you did get it. You did get it. Yeah, I don't know what had to be going on in that juror's head. It might have been a manslaughter thing, but even manslaughter, you have to look at that tape. You have to take out this thing of it's either you're pro-cop or anti-cop, because that's not what this one's about.
Well, they have to prove a certain, I guess with a cop or whatever, they have to prove a malice when he shoots you. I'm thinking there's probably some kind of a malice they have to prove for murder, maybe with anybody, and maybe they couldn't decide if he had enough malice. Who the fuck knows?
I think, though, if you shoot, if you have a second to think about it, because the guy obviously had a moment to think about it. He didn't pull his gun out until after he was running away.
Yeah.
So as he's running, he pulled the gun out. Maybe he got manslaughter because he didn't intend to kill him. But cops are trained to shoot to kill.
Yeah, and you just can't shoot a guy in the back. It's for the Old West, they know that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that why Jesse James was bad? Wouldn't he shoot people in the back? Wasn't that like the legend of Jesse James?
I don't know. Let's go to Justin in Tampa. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what's up, guys?
Hello.
Hey, so they were given, the jurors were given the option of manslaughter or murder, and the one juror wrote a note to the judge that said, "Yeah, I'm not convicting you of either, and I'm not going to change my mind." And that was
what
a
scumbag.
I'm sure it's just a pro-cop thing.
Maybe, yeah.
It probably is just one guy that doesn't understand that letting this guy off that not coming back with a guilty is bad for cops. Like, people will trust cops and the whole system less if this guy doesn't go to jail. Like, this guy is a bad cop. And in order to trust the cops, you have to trust them that they're weeding out the bad ones. So anybody, if that juror really did make that decision because he thought he would do it to support police, you're not supporting police. You're making them look worse.
Okay, I just got a text from a police officer. You can shoot someone in the back. The standard is you shoot someone in the available target when you feel death or serious bodily harm. That said, the South Carolina cop's goose should be cooked. like there's times where it would be neat. Like if a guy's like for instance, if there's a gun and the guy's running to get a gun, you could probably shoot him in the back.
I would get that.
So that technically I'm sure makes sense. He had shot the guy with a taser first, and Scott ran, dragging the connected taser with him. I think the cop just moved the taser he was dragging. Oh, okay. And again, you can shoot someone with a gun running from you, from the bar, fearing your life or the cops in the other in positions that their lives are in danger. What force is reasonable at the time without the benefit of 20/20 hindsight? Okay.
But none of those apply to this.
No, but just saying that there is technically a time where you can shoot the back. And they say what's reasonable at the time without the benefit of hindsight, which makes sense because you can't look back and go, oh, this and that. You're in that moment.
A lot of people feel like there is a time to kill.
Yeah, right now.
You mean with jokes?
Yeah, kindness.
Kindness.
My prick. Okay, with my prick.
Dan in Michigan.
He's laughing. He gets it.
Yeah, no, he does. What's up, Dan?
Hey, Sam.
Hey.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I think this guy, I think it's horrible that he killed this guy, but there is a law called fleeing felon law, a rule, and it basically states that if somebody commits a felony, then bystanders, victims, or the police officer can use up to deadly force to stop the person from fleeing.
So okay.
They may have stated that to the jury, and that may confuse somebody. So, if you commit a felony and you're running from the cops, back in the day they used to say, freeze or I'll shoot. Remember that?
That's right.
Well, they weren't joking back then, but now we just convince ourselves that you can't do that.
Well, when isn't it okay for a cop to shoot you then? If this case where the guy is running away and he's maybe dragging a taser, okay. When is it okay when is it not okay to get shot? When you don't have a gun. This guy had a gun, I wouldn't give a fuck, but he didn't.
I don't think it was okay that he shot him, but I'm just saying that law exists. So.
Well, I know that law is a fact because I remember the film Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. And he wasn't joking around, dude. His mom would have shot.
It's true.
Jaron, you didn't like that one?
No.
Jaron in Kansas. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Jaron.
What's going on? Where's my fucking dinner? Anyways.
Do you like that one?
Where's my fucking dinner?
Hey, how about a badge for the chipper?
What fucking badge?
Yeah.
Where's my
Where's my fucking dinner? How about a badge for the chipper? Meow.
If you haven't seen the Chip the Robot Dog video, definitely check out our Twitter and YouTube page. Jim
That guy
and Sam
did a
Show.
really, really funny job with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Absolutely great. Anyways, none of this conversation would be happening about this cop if he knew that guy was recording him. He had no idea there were cell phone videos going. He thought, 20 years ago he would have got it and got away with it because he's the police.
That's true,
That's the whole deal.
But that's bad. I mean, that's a bad thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but he should have been. I mean, there's no way he should have got away with that. There's just running away is terrible. That's bad stuff.
Yeah. It's not good. All right, buddy. Let's go to Dan in Florida.
That's
Dan.
the wrong one.
Hey, guys. So, obviously, since this is like a really tough case to call, if by chance this cop is found not guilty, do you guys think he's welcomed back to the force, like with open arms?
No way.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know enough about their internal. Like, can you still be criminally not guilty, but have them go, we're not taking you back? Well, I don't know what the deal is.
Regardless of, they didn't suspend him, they didn't put him on leave, and pending on how the court finds, he was fired. So regardless of what the jury finds, the police decided that, that he was not fit to be an officer and fired him. So I don't see how a court decision could change their mind on that. I mean, I guess you could argue it, but I don't see him going back. I honestly, I would hope, because 11 jurors thought he was guilty, 1 didn't. I would hope that he will be retried and he will go to jail for murder. That's what I would assume and hope would happen.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a case of being politically correct. It's just, you can't, I just think you're wrong. In that case, watching that video, I think that he was wrong to shoot that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me go to Kevin in Texas, who's a cop. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hello.
Hey, I just wanted to comment on a couple questions Jimmy had. He talked about proving malice if you're a police officer. Being a police officer in a murder charge doesn't mean anything. You're held to the same standard as everybody else. And the fact that this guy shot him in the back, yeah, I've heard the other officers, other people talk about the fleeing felon. There's a standard you got to meet. This guy didn't meet it. He flat out, what that was is shitty training, to be honest.
That's what it looks like. I think a lot of these videos that have come out with cops shooting people looks like poorly trained officers.
But how could they have trained him differently to not shoot a guy running away, moping away, a guy like not even running that fast?
I agree. I agree with you 100%. You know, I mean, hell, he could have ran over and kicked his foot out from under him.
Yeah.
But the training part is he didn't know what to do after he got the. If there was a scuffle, he didn't know what to do, and he resorted to the gun.
You mean like when the taser didn't work?
Taser didn't work. Well, we don't know if he got fully tased if both, because there's 2 prongs that come out. And if one hits and one misses, the taser's not going to do anything because it's not a circuit complete.
Okay.
So he could have tried that, and only one of the taser leads hit him. And even if the taser didn't do anything with him, you know, he's got other avenues available. He can go into physical force. Got pepper spray, which may not work. And then there's the good old fist cuff.
Right.
I mean,
there's a lot of thanks, buddy. There's a lot of different ways you could do it. And Mike in South Carolina, I don't have time to get to your call. He says that the defense attorney mentioned supporting police in the closing argument. I think that probably has a lot to do with what happened here.
Yeah, you can still support the police. Supporting police doesn't mean supporting a guy. Maybe he just didn't want to get his ass kicked. Maybe the fucking fact that the taser didn't work scared him.
Right.
I would scare me. If I tased somebody and they just ran, I'd be like, ugh.
You'd be frightened?
Yeah.
We should take a break.
Where's our food?
I don't know. I'm sure Roland's coming back up with it or sick baby or something. But we got a busy show. Dan Soder's scheduled to...
Oh, Dan is coming today. I forgot.
Coming in today, yep. So Dan Soder should be here in a couple minutes. And then we also have Sebastian Bach coming in. He's got a new book out. And Courtney B. Vance, who played Johnny Cochran. He'd be a great person to ask all these legal questions to.
He's not a real lawyer.
Oh, good point. Courtney B. Vance is coming in later on today as well. We'll be back.
After I plug.
After Jim Norton lets you know where he'll be.
Yes, Doylestown this weekend, and then Tarrytown New Year's Eve, and that's my last stuff for the tour.
The Tarrytown Music Hall. Have you ever played there before?
No.
It's a fun venue. It's a fun little town, too.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah, of course. It's Westchester, baby. I run Westchester.
You don't.
Everybody needs my permission before you come into that county. You have it, though. We'll be back. Welcome back. Jim Norton is re-entering the studio as we speak. And Dan Soder's here.
Oh, hi, Sam.
Welcome,
upstairs
Dan.
to piss. Can they fucking... Good time to clean the bathrooms, 9:14 in the morning.
No, it's so stupid.
Wait, they're cleaning it right now?
Yes. Yes,
I've never came here at this time. It's fucking hellacious.
Yeah.
Downstairs, just even to get upstairs, it's the nightmare even to get... I was going to the subway. I was like, this is what regular... Every
stinks.
Every day people have to do this.
But the bottom line, the fact that they closed the downstairs bathroom at 9 a.m., it's like, hey, dummy, do it at 7 or 6:30. It's less people.
I used to be here at midnight. Not one inconvenience in this entire building occurs at midnight. Nothing.
No.
Except me. Yeah. Nothing.
I've been here
Everything's
very late,
easy.
And they've cleaned the bathrooms.
Yeah.
I've seen
they
a late
should do
cleaning.
that late.
Yeah.
They do it. Yeah, they do
Not
it.
9:15 in the morning.
It's ridiculous to have to run up the steps and you got to get back on the air. It's like, why would she do that?
I don't know if it's probably. I mean, she's probably assigned to do it by somebody.
But I mean, well, yeah, it's stupid. Get her here an hour early.
Or she's a very calculating janitor.
Right. And she's sitting there going like, oh, really? This is the highest trafficked time period? Well,
let's see you hold it now, you fancy motherfuckers.
Guess I'm going to have to do some cleaning. Maybe walk up a flight of stairs.
But no one's. But the bottom line is the bathroom couldn't be that dirty yet. If you do it at night, how dirty is it by 9 in the morning?
Oh,
fucking asshole!
No, it's bad. It's bad.
That's what I'm saying. It should be done at night, but it's not.
No. It is done at night.
It couldn't be done overnight.
I mean, I was here. It's done at like 7 o'clock at night every night.
No, I'm thinking like after the night shift leaves, 12, 1, get someone here to do them so they come in the morning.
I'll tell you why. Because the overnight people from Shade 45 and the sports channels.
Animals
are fucking animals. Especially, people always blame Shade 45, but it's the big fatzos that are here overnight with sports.
The Giants are better than the Jets. I've got paper laid down in my studio so I can make a pee-pee.
Yeah.
They're shitting like hamsters.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to convince Domino's to stay open until 3 o'clock in the morning to deliver their pizza.
Are there guys open up here that, I guess there are 24-hour broadcasts.
24 hours, yeah. Especially the sports guys.
Imagine doing a 3 a.m. broadcast here. How depressing is that?
And that's why they make a mess of the bathroom.
Are they the ones who are shitting all over the place?
I think so. I don't have any hard evidence, but I would say yes.
I think if you set up a motion detecting camera, you'd probably see that.
You'd probably find that to be true. I think so.
They're an angry bunch.
Yeah, they are. Well, they all wanted to be athletes. And then they all wanted to be sports radio personalities. And then they all wanted to be sports radio producers.
And
then they got the overnight shift.
There's no breaking news in sports at 3 a.m.
There isn't.
Unless you're covering fucking cricket in India.
Right.
Yeah, it's a depressing shift.
It's bad.
Fuck, I didn't think about that. So you've been here that late, and there's always people here.
Yeah, I mean it's significantly less people, but yeah, there's always somebody here.
Overnights in radio are the worst. You see the worst people.
You definitely see the worst people. Yeah.
I used to work overnights in Tucson at a radio station, KFMA, and there was a classic rock station, and the guy was a strip club DJ, and he had all these radio ideas. This was what I used to just smoke weed in the parking lot, but one time he's like, "I got the melting pot coming down here. We're gonna do a giveaway." It was 2:30 in the morning in Tucson, and he's like, "I got 2 winners coming down here." They went down. They came to the studio, clearly meth heads, just clearly meth heads that were listening to the radio, eating fondue. It was one of the weirdest nights I've ever seen. This guy's just He's like, I'm excited to get this $50 thing.
Yeah.
And then Mike, the guy, the DJ, was like, "This is awesome. We're gonna start doing giveaways all the time now." I'm like, "That's all you're gonna get is meth heads."
Yeah, for the 2 meth heads that are listening.
Yeah, someone in a domestic dispute or a meth head.
Yeah.
Do you ever listen to Art Bell overnight? That was a great overnight show. Coast to Coast.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
But that's like classic radio, isn't it?
He was 5 hours a night. No one could milk a subject
Oh my
better than
God.
Art Bell, and he knew how to keep you on. Like, coming up, we're going to talk about this and that, and then they would kind of get to this or that, but he's one of the best ever. He's great, man.
It's all like, are aliens real, conspiracy theory, like all the weird shit that you think about late at night.
That's perfect.
He'd be sitting there like for all the coast-to-coast drivers and the people that couldn't sleep.
Oh, look at him.
And the meth heads. Like, and he would just sit there, and every night he'd have... Maybe it's like a 5-hour radio show.
5-hour radio show, one guest.
He'd do one guest.
And he smokes like cloves. He looks like a guy that smokes cloves.
And it was a phone guest, too. It wasn't even like an in-studio guest. He would just talk to one person who wrote a book on the phone all night.
That's where I heard of Michio Kaku, because Dr. Kaku was actually a really good guest on Art Bell's show.
Yeah.
And he would call in and he would stay on with them all night or for 3 hours. It was amazing. You must have an ISDN at your house if you're going to be on that long. You can't be sitting there on the fucking phone for 3 hours without losing a connection.
In between your shoulder and your ear, just holding on to the... I bet he's a terrible person to get caught in a conversation with during like the day, where you're like, "Oh, this guy just goes."
Right.
Just keeps going.
Speak slowly.
Yeah.
Well, you find that
like,
the closer you...
Art, I gotta go.
He kept it interesting, though. He was really good. Like, he would keep you on the hook.
But you were also captive a little bit.
Yeah. He would, but he would keep you there. Like, I would not want to stop listening.
Is he dead? Is he still alive?
No, he's 71.
He's 71? He should interview these late night sports guys. Why are you doing this?
Do you have any audio of his voice? He had a great... You don't even know what he sounds like?
I'm doing off Sands' impression.
It's not a good impression.
No, it's more... I'm more capturing the essence.
Oh, I like that.
That's
like
me. My impressions are more about the essence.
Yeah, I get it. You go deep.
I put out the video of you doing a Macho Man impression and me doing a Hulk Hogan impression.
But your essence is there.
I have the essence of Hulk Hogan, but a lot of people pointed out not so much with the voice.
No, but I felt the essence. I was in the room.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I felt it.
So it's really an awful allegation.
Oh, he's got a great voice.
Then others began repeating it.
You see, but I can't...
No.
Okay.
To be very,
you don't see the slow,
and I want to be.
Oh, he's got a full ass voice.
Not naming me. Oh, no.
Is this art?
But of course,
Yeah.
the teacher who had attacked my son.
Oh, okay.
Well, I immediately contacted Premier Radio.
It sounds like fucking. It's a badass radio voice.
I could see how you could listen to him for 5 hours. Yeah, you could listen to that. That's a voice.
And that's Art Bell 2013. He's older. I listened to him mostly riding around. Again, when we were kicked off the air in 2003 and 4, I went really off the deep end. Yeah. And 2000, and I would spend hours every night riding around listening to this guy. Yeah,
just smoking cigarettes?
A decade earlier than that. No, I didn't smoke at that time.
I would just listen.
He seems like it'd be a great radio show to smoke cigarettes too.
Sit alone in your house.
Yeah. I would listen to Eric Bogosian. That was my.
Fuck is that?
That was my.
I wish your career would end the same way. You're a dead fucker.
Oh, that's a good movie.
I want to go back.
It's okay. I like the ending. I didn't like the movie as much because when you do radio, you realize just some asshole ranting.
Just me,
you know,
over
the
here.
thing.
I'm smoking cigarettes, and sometimes I walk around whether I have a microphone or not, and it doesn't matter if the microphone's near me or what. He would just walk around the room.
They
going
couldn't even
on
give him a
rants.
headset for the movie. It drove me nuts.
No.
How he would walk around like the genius, pacing and thinking. Say, oh, shut up.
And every caller was the same. Yeah, you're a moron. Yeah, you don't know what. Next caller.
I want to see him pacing around the studio and talk radio.
Oh yeah,
it's upsettingly bullshit.
He's on the new season of Billions.
I'm a good actor.
Eric Bogosian is?
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
Oh, there it is. That's
he does have a headset. You know what? I'm incorrect. He did have a headset.
But the sexy lighting of the producer.
He had a headset.
There's other scenes in the movie where he does. He's walking around for sure, and they're just assuming that the mic picks up.
They had to give him the headset. There was a production meeting where they're like, "We need to give you a headset."
Yeah. Are we going to reshoot that? No, we're not.
Give him a headset.
Just give him a headset now. Don't worry about the other. Don't worry about the other scenes.
Oh, there's one where he's just standing in front of a mic.
I just didn't.
Then the rock guy comes in. Remember the guest comes in studio?
Where's the end scene? You saw the end scene? Where the guy goes to congratulate him in the parking lot?
It's a movie I've always fell asleep to.
It's a true story.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see where it'd be
it's
a movie.
Always a movie where I'm like, everyone's like, you got to watch talk radio, and I put it on. I'm like, I'm going to do it. And then I get too high, and then I'm like, I'm going to lay down just real quick.
Yeah. Let me shut my eyes and just listen to the movie.
And then I wake up, and I'm like, it's over again.
Oh, man. So what's been going on, Dan?
Nothing. It's nice to be in here. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Last time I was here was you guys' test show.
Oh my God! Well, we passed with flying colors.
You did.
So.
It's fun to be back.
Yeah, you've been doing Billions. Is that what's been going on?
Yeah, almost done. We have one more episode to film.
How many do you shoot a season?
Like how many episodes? 12.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're on episode 12 right now. We just started episode 12.
How many episodes are you in?
12.
Hey.
Yeah, not always big, but I pop up. Oh, this is the final scene of talk radio?
Yeah.
Scusami, Perry.
Oh, turn it off.
Oh, we don't want the Italian version.
I'm gonna Betty.
That's how you're gonna die.
Scusami, Betty.
Sam's gonna be like, huh? I don't know where that is.
Who's my Betty? Is there anything worse
than the Italian? This is just the trailer. This isn't it. This isn't it. Wow. We don't need to buy the movie.
I think you should, and then fall asleep to it like I do every time I rent it.
You have to buy the movie to get the whole thing. So, every episode of Billions.
Yeah, I pop up in every episode.
That counts.
Some bigger than others, but it's cool. It's a good season. Really good season.
Is it season 2?
Yeah.
Good.
It's one of those things where season 2, like season 1, they established all the characters, and now there's some really cool shit happening in the season. So, February 17th comes out, Showtime.
Do you shoot with Damian Lewis?
Yeah, he's my boss. He screams at me a lot.
He's great, man.
He is the fucking best, and I've became comfortable with him yelling at me in a weird way. Because I get the script, and it's always like I'll fuck up or something will happen in an episode, and he'll just yell at me, and you just become comfortable with someone. It's like a stepdad comfortability with like.
Yeah, I was about to say, you reaching out and needing a father. I never would have guessed that. No, not you.
Father issues?
I don't think that would come up. No. When Damian Lewis is screaming at you and reprimanding you, you don't sit there and be like, "This is what I needed growing up."
I'm like, more of it. It's balancing me as a man.
Yeah.
Off camera, he's fucking great.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah, the entire him and David Costabile and everyone I work with is like they're really cool. And it's at an office, so it feels like I'm always mostly at this office, so it feels kind of like an office job. Like where I go, I have a desk. I have a permanent desk at this place.
Really?
Yeah. I keep shit in it. It's kind of weird.
Have you blown any takes?
yeah. Season 1, they cut my scene from the season finale because it really didn't have to do a lot with the thing, but I just kept fucking the line up, and Damian Lewis shot me a look of like, come on, man. Like,
what was the line?
Like, just like a fucking, come on. And I was like, all right, no, I'll say it. And I kept fumbling the numbers.
Did that make you more scared when he looked at you?
Was a slide.
What was the line? Do you remember?
It was something about a bonus, and I talked about my stat sheet. I forget the exact like line, but it was like, my stats are better. And I kept saying the wrong stats, and he'd be like, what? If I like cut, and I'm like, oh, sorry, can we start? Ah, Jesus. And like after 3, it was like, fuck, man, I'm sorry. And then I like had to do like a little lap and come back.
And then you finally got it.
Yeah, I finally got it. And then they cut the scene.
But he was getting annoyed?
He got annoyed at like the second or third mistake. Like, come on, man. Because it's the end of the season, and that guy works his ass off. Him and Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
How's Paul Giamatti?
Great.
Is he?
Great guy.
Yeah.
I don't really work with him a lot, but like table reads and all the stuff where I see him, he's fucking super nice.
Yeah.
The entire cast is great. But
You ever do lines for private parts in front of him?
I want to. I want to.
I've been doing from 12 Years a Slave.
I try to do my best Thomas Hayden Church from Sideways. But yeah, I don't really work with him a lot. But everyone's real cool. Yeah, and the only time I fucked up, I felt real bad.
You did.
Real bad.
Especially since the line was like something that the series was centered around. My bonus says that we made billions.
Oh, and then I look at the camera.
That's why it's called that.
Finally, you get the name in the show.
But I'm sure he's blown takes.
He does it in like super professional ways where you're like, okay, you just can't, he's the guy.
Plus,
so you're just like,
yeah, I mean, he's Damian Lewis. It's not like
you're not gonna be like, oh.
No, but I don't feel as bad as someone
He gives like these huge speeches where you're like, oh, you said the wrong word.
We're all waiting for you, Damian.
He'd be like, fuck off.
But if someone fucks up, it doesn't make you feel as bad if you fuck up.
Yeah. I've seen people have fucked up before where you're like, okay, I know.
It's the worst if you're only on for a day, like you're doing one episode and you keep blowing it. It's like, oh no. Who is the comedian? Sean Rouse told the story. He had a part in Men in Black.
Yeah.
Where he had to back up and Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith are walking and he had these lines to do, but he's like, I kept fucking up. So they finally just took me out and made me stand up there and gave another guy his lines.
Oh, that's the nightmare. That's what I'd be so worried about. Every time I hear one of these stories, I think about how I would be. Like, if Damian Lewis looked at me, I'd be like, they're going to figure out that I should not be here. They're going to fire me. Of course. This is it.
All I kept thinking was like, I'm not coming back on season 2.
Right.
There's no way I'm coming back on season 2.
But then to hear that actually happen to somebody, like, okay, we're just going to have somebody
in front
else.
of Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith.
Fuck me.
I've seen something worse where I watched an extra get fired in like a brutal way where they were just like, you're gone. Get him out of here. It was like a really complicated shoot where there was a lot of people in this. There's like sometimes extras. It's almost like the show with Gervais where they try to be like loud and boisterous to like get themselves noticed.
Yeah.
And this assistant director he's the best. And he just fucking wasn't having it that day. It was like a 16-hour day. And he's like, get him the fuck out of here. And that guy like had to walk. Like the entire cast is there, and you're like, well, he's just the guy who's like, fuck, sorry, man.
Do you think the guy noticed that everybody else heard that he got fired?
Dude, he was standing on like a balcony yelling down that guy was fired. It was like a Roman killing. He just kept his cell phone went off one time, which is just super unprofessional, but that happens sometimes. And then he kept talking loud, and they're like, we need silence on this. We need to get this one thing. Everyone be quiet. Just pantomime. And he was like kind of being loud.
Oh, good. Fuck him.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where it's like, fuck him, but then it happened and it came down, and you're like, ooh.
If you have your cell phone on a set and you're even if I'm in a scene, I don't turn my fucking phone on. It's got to be off. If you're an extra and you don't know to turn your phone off.
Yeah, it was pretty.
With Damian Lewis on what are you doing?
Yeah, it was one of those things where I was like,
I wouldn't.
Because I just assumed they were just going to start handing out fires, like you're fired and you're fired. And Dan, remember last season? We all remember that.
And they all know who it was.
Out of here. Oh yeah, dude. The guy was like.
So did he just have to leave?
Someone else snitched him. They were like, it's this guy. He was just like, you're fired.
It was him.
Yeah, it really, dude. It was like one of those things where I was like, whoa.
Did he just have to leave the set in front of everybody?
Yeah.
Do you think he was embarrassed?
Dude, the look on his face.
He's like, well, I'll just go collect my things.
I've never seen a human that was so physically obvious his tail was between his legs. If he had a tail, it would have been between his legs.
Because there's no room for him to be like, no, it wasn't me.
Oh, dude, no, man.
But he kept talking loud.
There's just been.
I think he just wanted probably some attention on himself.
Sometimes extras are crazy, man.
Yeah.
They're. I mean, you got to stand there.
That's an awful job.
Awful job, and you're just standing
But one
there.
thing you don't do is talk loud during the scene.
Oh, dude, one guy called me, and I didn't want to get him in trouble. I didn't get him in trouble, and I could have, but this one guy called me and another actor a douche, and I heard him, and I confronted him about it, and it was the most awkward I've ever seen a person.
Why did he call you a douche? I mean, it's obvious, but why would he?
What did he notice?
It was just like a cold day filming, and we got to go inside, like, because they kept putting us inside, you know. Be like, all right, you guys can go back to your trailers where they're warm. And then we came back out, and he's like, oh, look, we get to stand by the douchebags. I was like, he was trying to say to his buddy, I go, what did you say? And it was just that thing where he's like, what?
We get to stand by the...
He did the best little kid lie thing where he goes, I was quoting a song.
I get to stand by the douchebag.
I like
That's
that
a great
one.
tune.
It's a Katy Perry song,
It's a good romantic song. Yeah.
And then, you know, like I pulled him aside after, like, yo, man, watch what you're saying, because I might be a dickhead. I could fucking go to, you know, somebody and try to get you fired, but I understand you're pissed because you're out in the cold. I was actually humane about it, but dude,
He shouldn't have been.
Yeah, but catching him was just the best, because he just fucking got
You were humane about it, but you did take him aside and go, you know, I could get you fired. Well, please, Caligula, don't.
Yeah,
Right.
well,
I don't blame you. Good for you.
I wanted to, you know,
a little
turn the screws on the fucker a little bit.
This is an extra who's probably been like working for years and like because
sees my dumb head being like, I don't know if we're gonna do that thing.
And the guy and you pull him over and be like, let me give you some advice, Junior.
Yeah, when you're in the scene, be in the scene.
Do you think they get jealous when when the cast gets to go into their trailers when it's warm?
Yes.
That's what makes the job,
dude,
so much worse.
1000%. There was absolutely a moment where we were all like, they're like, all right, because you know they call them principals. They're like, principals can go inside, and we're like, we have these jackets. We're like, bye, like these hurricane jackets, and they're like in suits, just like, what the fuck is going on?
Wow, that sucks. Yeah, it's a rough job, man.
But extras, I mean, you know, anybody that's been an extra, you know, you sign up for that shit.
But that's what makes being an extra so much worse. It's not even just that it's a long day and blah, blah, blah. It's that the reason you're an extra is because you want to be a principal.
You want it.
Like you want so badly just to be on the TV.
But it's like
you just want to be on the TV.
But it's like an intern at a radio station. When you see like interns at radio stations, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's kind of that same thing of like, you want this bad. It's so bad that you can't wait for an ample opportunity.
Right. You want this bad enough that you're fucking the whole mess up.
Yeah. They have a thing they do, voice looping, for like for these background noises and background people chatter. That it's like a whole like an enclosed industry. I know a girl who does it, and she's like, it's the same people that do it all the time. You got to do accents sometimes.
It's like, so like filling in noise,
little background noise, because they shoot silently and they're not recording the extras. So if they have to boost that up a little bit, they do all these and they use the same people for looping. Apparently, it's very lucrative.
Yeah,
it's hard to get in.
A secret society of background noises.
It really is the lucrative. Yeah, the fucking looping people are like the Illuminati.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you think they have mask fuck parties?
Yes, they all fuck Rocky Dennis.
He's like, Stoltz, put on the mask again. We want to fuck.
Yeah, Mom said my face feels stupid.
You need a man that runs your lipstick, not your mascara. Isn't that Sam Elliott?
I guess so.
Yeah, he's the boyfriend in the mask.
Yeah. Every time the kid walks in, his dick shrivels.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get into that. We need to find out how to break into that background noise.
Yeah. I didn't even know it was a thing. I just assumed they recorded everybody.
Just practice. Yeah, I think we did it.
Done.
I think the three of us could probably just do an entire background.
Let's make our own society.
Can we still do mask fuck parties?
Yeah.
Like Eyes Wide Shut, except with 3 dudes.
3 dudes and just goat masks?
Yeah, that all know who each other are.
How sexy was that girl, by the way, in that movie?
What?
Nicole Kidman?
No. The one at the party.
Yeah.
And then it turns out she's got HIV.
I fell asleep during that movie, too.
Really?
That is-
maybe you're narcoleptic, yeah.
No, Eyes Wide Shut. Fuck that. That's a movie where you can fall asleep. That's a long movie.
It was good, though.
And I like it, but I am aware of the slowness of it.
Slow.
It grew on me after a while.
But I love it too.
It grew on
I
me.
really like it.
I didn't like it. The first time I thought it was a little weird because, like it's supposed to look like New York and it's not shot like New York. Kubrick hated New York. Like, he shot in England, which was a mistake.
It's I kept thinking at the sex parties how cold or how shriveled my dick would be if I was naked in one of those robes and then my feet were on the cold tile. I'd be like,
maybe they were heated.
Oh, that's true, but you don't know. It was cold tile. Like,
no, it was wet.
Hey, guys, can I get a corner yank real quick before I disrobe?
Plus, it was like, what, 96? They probably weren't heated in 96.
No!
Not yet.
The first time I can remember hearing about heated tiles was in Breaking Bad.
Yes.
I don't know if that was a
We
thing
were deep
before
into the 2000s, I think, by the time heated tiling came out.
I think we might have been in the first Obama administration when heated tiles came out.
I have heated floors.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you need them?
But in the bathroom only.
Oh, wow.
It's fucking freezing in my apartment.
I have the opposite. In my kitchen, pipe broke 4 years ago, and it warped a board. So now it's like a humpback. It's like a teepee all the way down the center of my kitchen. I've had several friends roll their ankles going to get a glass of water.
Why don't you fix it?
Or just get them the glass of water.
My landlord and I have this weird thing where he doesn't fix shit, but like he doesn't also raise rent. So
did you ever ask him to fix it?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He's like, oh yeah. His name's Anthony. He's like, oh yeah, Dan, I'll be buying. And he never comes back.
But then he'd raise the rent if you fixed it.
That's what I'm worried about.
And you're like, I don't need that.
I don't want to
hire someone to fix it.
Because I'm trying to bank that.
I might do.
I'm trying to bank that
4
billions
years.
money.
That would drive me nuts.
Oh yeah, but I mean, we're kind of used to it. Vecchione and I get used to it.
I don't like any type of thing that you could trip over.
I like having my kitchen booby trapped.
You do, right? So if a criminal comes in.
I'm like, why don't you go get a glass of water?
I've seen the place that you used to live in, though. I mean, it was terrible. The apartment that you lived in with Florentine.
Oh, that was disgusting.
Where do you guys live?
New Jersey.
There's black mold all over the walls. It was horrible.
All over the walls?
Yes.
There might be black mold under this hump in the kitchen, though.
There probably is. That's probably what the hump is. It's the black mold forcing its way out.
Yeah.
Didn't you say the other day that it was infested with silverfish?
Yes.
So then what are you giving Dan a hard time about his hump?
Wait,
because I was a mess then. I'm saying you could fix it.
Dan's
I could fix it.
This was 99 I lived there.
Dan's getting out of his mess phase right now, though. He's got to he's still kind of owning the fact that he's a bit of a mess, even though he's not really a mess anymore.
Kind of.
Right?
I'm almost longing for the days of being a mess.
Right, and that's why you're not ready to move out. And you could move to a nicer place now, but you don't want to.
I don't know. I like my apartment in Queens. I've been there for 10 years.
There's a fucking hump in.
You're ready to move.
Yeah.
How much a month is rent?
I pay $1,300.
Okay.
You're ready to move. And 10 years in Queens, you don't need to be there.
It's the longest I've ever lived in a place in my
Do you like it,
life.
though?
I like it.
How long has Mike lived there?
6 years.
Oh, all right. You know Mike well then.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want, you don't want to be in that place where it's like, I've moved up a little bit.
I've been like, fuck you, Queens.
Exactly.
I'll never come back here.
Right. You're ready to move to Manhattan.
Oh,
I think so.
Manhattan.
I think you could be a made in Manhattan. But you don't want to lose that essence of Dan Soder.
The realness.
The Queens boy.
Yeah.
I am Queens Boulevard.
Not really. I am mountain trash. I just happen to live in Queens.
What was the audio track that was removed?
Not sure. They probably put some fucking
Is this your old
bed under
place?
it, like a MTV Cribs bed.
Yeah.
I think they made it sound like MTV Cribs. And
Wait, is this your old place that they're moving shit?
Yeah. That was behind the picture.
Oh my god.
Was that
was just
painted
on
on?
the walls?
Yeah.
How did that shit just get up on the... That looks like you tried scratching through the walls like Shawshank Redemption.
No, I think...
And who's the big fat guy
Dude,
that
I
lived with
love
you?
your I love your watch salesman cell phone.
I think
Your fucking old cell phone.
I think that that picture was just there to hide mold. Oh yeah, my CDs.
Yeah, CD collections really.
There's my
went to
laundry
shit.
bag in the back.
You're playing fucking chess like you're a member of high society, even though this is where you live.
I would play alone. The ceiling was buckling because of water damage.
Oh, that's great.
Was that damaged?
I was doing stand up a decade at this point.
Do you prefer the place you live in now?
I do.
Oh, okay.
It's got heated floors.
It does.
Oh, that alone. It could be in that apartment with heated floors. Like, that's not that bad.
What's in the Tupperware?
What's
That
in
was
the
Jim's-
Tupperware?
Jim's girlfriend Jade was a dancer, and she had all those.
She had her unit, like all her different costumes
Yeah.
in separate.
Oh, yeah,
plastic
just all her
bins.
clothes.
She's like, tonight's gonna be cop.
Look how
and then
messy
I'm
it
gonna go
was.
cowgirl.
Yeah.
Look how messy that was. Fucking.
When I lived with, we had another roommate. Mike and I had. So I lived in the windowless room, which is a closet.
Right.
Up until 2 years ago, and when the three.
Why? When you were there the longest?
It was cheap rent. It was like I was only paying like $665. So it was
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, right?
$665.
$665.
Let me borrow $1, right?
Yeah, give me $1, I'll give you Turtle Damnation.
So cool. So cool.
I actually did really enjoy that one. I know I wasn't supposed to, but I really did. But when the three of us lived there, it was fucking so messy.
Yeah.
Because all of Vecchione's shit was in the living room. It looked like we robbed houses, and this is where we put everything. It was just random shit. And then our couch was like pushed basically to the door because it's a sectional couch. So the living room was just like right in your face. And it's a pretty, now you like walk in, you're like, oh, it's like a good living room.
Doesn't it drive you nuts to share space with other people? I couldn't do it again.
No. Yeah, I think I was just so conditioned because when I moved into that apartment, I didn't have shit. I had 2 suitcases and an air mattress. So the more shit that I got, I was like, look at all this stuff. I became like a pack rat. Like,
right.
Look at all my stuff.
But you'd have to bring a girl. If you met a girl, you'd have to convince her to come back to Queens.
And a windowless room.
And then go into the messy living room.
The last girl I dated.
Take her to your walk-in closet.
The last girl I dated, I showed her my old room. I go, this is the room I lived in for 8 years. And she goes, how did you fuck anybody?
You should have just hung curtains to make it look like you have a window that's closed.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I don't want to open the window.
Yeah, there's a draft.
Yeah. Just put like a blinder shade on. Like, no, leave that down.
And have her thinking about which side of the building we're on. She's like, I'm pretty sure there's just another building on this side. How is there a window?
Yeah, don't even worry. No.
Yeah, it was, and there was a heater, so it just kick heat in the room. So if you didn't have the door open, it got fucking terrible. I remember one time an ex-girlfriend and I woke up both like, like sweating in the middle of the night.
How long did you live in that little room?
8 years.
That's too long.
It's way too long. I started becoming a meaner person.
So no wonder, like now, that you're out of the room.
It's great.
You just think as long that your room was like that movie Room.
Yeah,
yeah, like that's where you lived.
I raised a son,
right?
that was that I was raped into.
Right, Vecchione would come in and rape you every night.
Yeah, he's powerful, former wrestler, very powerful bass.
Right,
you can't get around him. Yeah, and then I finally, when I moved into the room with the window, I was like, finally made it, kid.
You like it? Yeah. Can we crack that window? You know it's raining. Let me get a little fresh air.
I slept with the window open last night.
I love the window open.
It's great.
It's too cold. See, this is the thing about a lot of older places that sucks. You can't control the heat.
No,
and that makes me nuts.
In my building, you can't control the heat.
Really? Oh, fuck
it's an
that.
older building.
Oh, dude, it's the worst. And Anthony won't turn on the heat, my landlord, until like the very last second. So we have space heaters in. And then finally he'll just fuck. One day you'll walk in and it'll be like 82 in the apartment.
This guy.
Yeah, but he doesn't raise the rent. Man.
So
I really
what?
appreciate that.
Then maybe there's a reason to raise the rent. It's terrible quality of life.
I don't know. We've been month to month for 10 years.
Oh, you don't have a lease?
Nope.
Why?
I don't know. Don't ask questions.
It's better.
Yeah. I'm sure this is all a real shady thing that's going down.
Okay.
In my building, it's all old people that have been there for a long time. So the heat comes on way too early and stays on way too long.
You get some September heat.
Oh, yeah, it's awful.
We don't crack ours.
And they run it? The old people?
Well, yeah, because they'll call up the landlord and be like, it's too cold. I don't understand. So in the winter, we have to open the windows.
You can't turn your heat off?
Mm-mm.
I don't understand why buildings still do that.
Well, I mean, it's an old building. It's not like they're making the choice to do it now. It's
this drives me nuts. They can't fix that.
Well, they could, but then I would have to, it's the same thing. I have to pay a whole bunch more rent. If they came in, that's what they do. If they come in and make repairs to every apartment, then they're going to really upcharge you. Because they've done that before. They came in, they were like, good news, we're getting new windows, everybody. And everybody was like, cool. And the new windows are great. And they're like, and here's the new cost of living here.
Yeah.
How much more was it?
It was a couple $100 a month.
That's for windows?
Yeah.
But this is a great advertisement for anybody that's thinking about moving to the tri-state area. You're like, you will just get fucked if you don't have a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God. I said yesterday.
Where was this place?
This was in Cliffside Park, New Jersey. And I'm watching as we talk. And it's just bringing back so many memories.
How long did you and Jim live there for?
I lived there with him and his first girlfriend, and then it was just me and Jim, and then his second girlfriend, 3 years.
When we have a patio that leads out, like a little tiny thing, but the door that leads out to it is the worst door you've ever seen, and literally just paint chip falls off it. Our dog eats the paint chips that fall off the ground all the time. But we're trying to, because we're going to put the kid, when Jess has the kid, we're going to put it right next to where the door is.
Wait, hold on. You're having a kid?
Yeah, did I not tell you? I didn't tell that.
We're pregnant.
You guys are pregnant.
Yeah, that's right.
Uncle Chipper.
Jim's the mother. Jim is the mom.
I'm excited. Well, you look great. You're not showing it.
Is your mom going to dote on the baby?
Yeah.
Do you think she'll be all over the kid?
She's going to show up at the apartment unannounced. I already know that.
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
For the baby we brought.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to find more things to do in the city because I'm sure my mom's just going to be there all the time.
Is she allowing you to name the baby after a wrestler?
I don't know when we're going to name the baby yet. Okay. We're still working on that.
Vince.
I'm sure I'll figure out some obscure wrestler that she doesn't know about or something.
She's like, all right, Bruiser Brody?
yeah, Bruiser Brody. It's a good name.
Bruiser Brody Roberts.
It's a good, strong name. But we're using that to tell the landlord that we need the door replaced because the paint chips are falling off, because otherwise he'll charge us for replacing the door, even though I'm sure it's unhealthy.
Yeah, you got to put a baby in front of it.
But we put the baby, and then we're like, hey, this is a hazard. Maybe you have to change it.
Maybe I should fake a baby thing to be like, hey, can you fix our kitchen? My toddler's walking around.
Yeah, we're an alternative couple.
Yeah.
Just fucking, have Brad Williams come over.
Brad, I just need you to put this onesie on real quick and cry a lot. Did you move from that apartment to the one you're in now?
Pardon me, no. I moved from that apartment into 520 East West 43rd. Me and Bob Kelly lived in the same building. I had an amazing view. I was on the 22nd floor, and 5 months into a 2-year rent, we got fired.
Oh. Did you think you have to move? Did you think you were gonna have to move back there?
Oh boy, I was so depressed.
Oh, dude.
It's the first time in my career I had the rug yanked out from under me.
Yeah.
But then Tough Crowd came along and it worked out. But it's scary, dude. When you fucking just sign something, it's like, that's when month to month is good.
Yeah, that's why I'm so scared to leave it.
Yeah.
Because I'm always afraid that if I go to a nicer apartment, they're going to be like, we can't book you anywhere, and you have to go back to waiting tables at Dos Caminos. And then I'm going to be like, fuck.
Plus, there's something nice about knowing that if you have to move, you can move today. And what are you going to do? There's no lease, there's no penalty, there's no security deposit, there's nothing.
Get up and get.
Yes.
Yeah, but
where do you guys tape? Are you in Jersey or New York?
New York, upstate. But, like the transport van meets on like Upper West.
Oh, so you travel back and forth every day?
Yeah.
How far is the ride?
It's like 35, 40 minutes.
Oh, so it's not upstate.
No, not upstate. It's like by the Palisades Mall.
Oh, so it's Nyack.
Nyack.
Yeah.
So they don't ever keep you guys overnight?
No. There's no, they've never kept us overnight. There's been an overnight shoot, but we've never like stayed overnight anywhere. I think they had to for one scene when we were out in the Hamptons.
Does Damien and Paul Giamatti ride in the van with you guys?
No. They have like all
different transportation for them, huh?
Yeah, the top 5 people on the call sheet have their own transportation, and then the rest of us all get in the vans.
It makes you realize where you are in the business, though, when you're doing a scene and you see the black SUV parked right outside the trailers, and you're like, someone does not have to wait for a van to go back to the city.
Yeah, there was a moment yesterday when we were filming, and I had to come back to do the bonfire, and I was like, hey, I need to leave like pretty soon because I have a radio show, and they're like, we'll see when the next van is. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Sounds good. Sometimes you ever have to Uber out of there? Sometimes you just go to Uber.
I had to Uber one time, I think, for a set. Like, I was at the cellar, and I was like, I have to.
You had to Uber from Nyack to the cellar?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well,
oh, that's right. The van's 40 minutes.
40 minutes, and you're like, and then I would have to stop on the Upper West, then get on the train and go down, and I was like, man, I just need to fucking get, like, it was cutting it close. Where I think I got right to, texting Val. Like, I'm there, like, walking in and going up.
Yeah.
And that's fucking terrifying.
Stressful.
Yeah. Because it's like, I don't want to fucking piss everyone off at the cellar. Like, why the fuck is he late? And that kind of shit. And then it's like the stress of, they're like, well, we might see you in this next shot. And you're like, I have to go.
Yeah.
Does that fuck with you at all? Like, because when you first get the role, it's like, holy shit, I'm on this show. That's amazing. Like, this is a goal, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, but I'm in the van, though. I'm not in one of the SUVs.
I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck. I'll take public transportation up there if they want me to.
Yeah. Yeah,
please don't make me, but I will.
Yeah. But it's still just like, holy shit.
I think the best part of that is being a comic, you just get treated like garbage on the road.
Yeah.
Until you start selling tickets. And I think it's like, I was just so used to being on the road and like, that's the condo, be up at 7 a.m. for radio, sit in that office, you get a cup of coffee. So when I show up there and like, there's craft services, and would you like a coffee? Is there anything you want? You're like, oh, why are you so nice?
And you're like, I'll go get it. Like, no, we have someone who'll get it for you.
Exactly.
And you're like, no, I'll do it.
I'm very uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, me too.
Like, no, I'll get you a coffee. Like, even Roland hears I get a coffee, and now I'm comfortable enough with you guys where I'm like, yeah, Roland, I'll take a coffee with milk and sugar. But there, I'm like, I'll do it myself. Also, that's the way I was raised by my mom. My mom was like, you ain't shit. Like, growing up my entire life, my mom was like, you're not shit. Do stuff for yourself. So that alone makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm just so convinced that they're going to be like, yeah, he had us fucking go and get his coffee.
Exactly.
And you're like, but you offer, I thought that was the thing.
And that's what they do, though. They don't. It is part of the gig, but you still feel fucking weird.
Yeah.
As a stand-up or whatever, you feel like you're so used to doing shit by yourself. It feels bizarre.
Yeah, it's still nuts to me, like to like, you know, even just be talking to Damien and Maggie Siff.
Did they ever offer you a ride back?
Yeah, I've been offered a ride back one time, but
By
then
Damien?
By David Costable, who's like. He plays Wags. He's awesome, but he gets a private van.
Like,
he goes to Brooklyn.
A private van or a private?
They give like vans. They don't do like SUVs. They do like just the transport vans. Take them.
Damien gets a van.
Well, they all do. They all get like. You know,
but it's his own van.
Yeah, it's his own van. And then they take.
Wow,
him, like,
I'm surprised they don't get SUV.
They take them like door to door, as opposed to like we have a pickup point.
Wow.
And like Costable gets a ride to Brooklyn, and he's great. He's the fucking man.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, he's like an awesome guy to work with. I learned a lot of shit just by working with that.
I would demand an SUV.
You would demand it.
But I mean, even doing what you're doing, I would demand it.
Oh, that'd be so great. That'd be so great. I'm just such a fringe character. And I'm like, I want an SUV.
Nay, need an SUV.
And no eye contact. I will not speak to the driver. I will get in. And I'll be practicing my lines very loudly.
Do they do
my bonus? And what?
They do that in the vans. They practice their lines. That'd be so embarrassing.
I'll tell you this though. There is sometimes shit where like you'll be in as a comic when you're around actors. There's just like occasionally I've heard no one that's like a regular on the show, but like going to table reads. Sometimes like the actors that they'll have do for like readings at the table reads say some actor shit, and just as a comic, I'm like, oh.
What's actor shit?
One time, this just recently happened. This guy was like writing something, and I'm used to seeing guys writing the joke notebooks or whatever, and I'm just sitting there, and I couldn't stop the reaction. And this girl goes, "What are you writing?" And he goes, "A poem." And I go,
"Oh no!"
And it was audible.
What do you mean?
It was audible. I just went, "Oh." Anyway,
fuck him.
He looked over at me like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh God!" And it's like, I can't be the dick. If there was one more comic there, I could have just started fucking shitting on him, but I couldn't. I was like, ugh, because I felt embarrassed that I made such an audible noise. He goes, "A poem," and you poem. Fuck. I wanted to take it and rip it up.
Yeah. Roses are red, violets are blue. You're fired, cunt.
I'm going to punch you in the throat when we get out of this van. I know it doesn't rhyme.
Ew, he was writing a poem?
Oh, and
who writes a poem?
What a fucking creep.
Oh.
Sometimes when I want to pass the time on set, I bring my poetry book.
He's not, and he's like a guy where he's like, he's a nice guy.
He's a creep. Yeah. Poems are for creeps.
They really are.
Yeah, no, it was one of those things where he said it, and it was just too much of a natural reaction.
You want to read a book of poetry? No, I don't.
Yeah,
the fact that he could say it without being embarrassed. Like he's like, I'm writing a poem.
And you're like, oh.
What the fuck? You need to be beaten up for saying that.
Yeah,
I hate people who write poetry.
You do?
Yes.
I want to take you to like a slam poetry night. Just have you watch it. Just watch Jim watch.
Are they good?
What? No,
Slam poems?
I don't know. I hate that shit. They all breathe weird.
I kind of feel
I'm walking down the stairs, rise, but they also fall. I have seen them. And then you're like, what the fuck?
I kind of want, now that we talk
Chip
about
to
it,
do slam poetry.
I want a slam poem to end every show, and it's just kind of a recap of what happened on the show, except it's a slam poem.
Talk radio, walking away from the mic. There is black mold in your heart.
Yeah. Laughter ensued. We went to break. Sebastian, Bach came in, sang. Piece of garbage.
Memorizing lines.
Piece of garbage.
Take two, too many.
Two. Acting in life, acting in real life, acting in an apartment without windows.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I'm writing a poem. I'm just going to say that at the cellar one time.
You see slam poetry? I want to see some slam poetry.
You do?
Not really.
Slam poetry is really awful.
You don't like it?
It's really lousy. It's a really lousy art form.
Yeah,
I want someone to write a slam poem about this show.
Yeah, me too.
But like in earnest.
This got almost 800,000 views.
I mean,
Adrian, maybe starting tomorrow, you may be in charge of the slam poems for the show.
Let's see.
I didn't believe that I was beautiful. So when people told me I was beautiful, I wanted to look them in the eyes and ask them what that meant. What is beautiful? What do you mean by that? But instead, I would smile and say thank you.
Pretty people have it so
I didn't want
tough.
to come across as rude with them accepting their compliment, but how do you accept a compliment?
I know.
You don't understand. That you don't believe.
Oh.
My entire life
you don't believe?
No, hey, look, she's getting deep
I
here.
was told I wasn't, and to the point that I believed that I wasn't because of the way that I look. Not because
Who
of
put
who
the
I
piano
am.
in?
Because of my appearance, I was not beautiful.
Let me hear it.
I looked in the mirror and thought that was all
Is this the
beauty could
poem?
be.
This is the
What you
poem.
can see in a mirror is what I thought beauty was.
Are you confused because it doesn't rhyme?
Yeah.
See, you don't even have to rhyme poems anymore.
You don't have
even
to write poems.
It's just terrible.
It really is.
This is.
This morning I took a dump. I grabbed my squatty potty.
Yes.
I knew it would be painful. I knew it would hurt, but I had to poop. I had to poop. Poop had to come out of my butt. It had to go into the toilet. I had my squatty potty. My feet were on the squatty potty. My knees at my nipples like a baby. I pooped in the toilet.
This poem is called Evacuation.
I was having trouble going, so I leaned forward, my breasts against my knees. I grabbed my ankles. I shot blood on the back of the seat.
Mike, don't come in. Mike, I'm in the bathroom. Mike, the door does not lock. I am evacuated.
Look at almost a minute. Wow, this must be good.
Ah, yeah. Oh, this is going to be a dangerous wormhole.
Every day when I
25,000
was
likes.
5, my older
150.
sister would play teacher. The students were me, my stuffed rabbit, and an American Girl doll. She'd line us up at the end of the bed and teach us whatever she'd learned in school back then. Now she teaches ESL at an elementary school in Boston, and every week she tells me stories about her students.
It's the It's the way his students. It's his body language, the way he talks, and he comes to the mic. He's like, "I was a kid," and it's just someone that's
like every word means something.
Stop.
And the
Dylan
words are not
Garrity?
just going out his mouth; they're going through his entire body.
Is he a big slam poet?
He's the biggest.
Is he?
He's one of the biggest in the world right now.
How do you know this? Are you making this up?
I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
Anna does not know how to read in Spanish, much less English, but she still
You know
wants
what
to be
else
a
I
writer.
hate?
He's not a poem, he's just talking.
I hate that in slam poetry, like you act like the way he would just make eye contact with somebody in the audience, like he's acting like this is a thought he just had, when every single word is memorized and said over and over.
As a comic, it's just kind of like, just talk.
Right.
Is that what he's
Get your
doing? He's
point
just
across.
talking.
He's just talking. Why are you making it all theatrical and making it fucked up breathing?
It's memorized.
National Poetry Slam
I have a
2015.
lot of my bits memorized.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Right.
Just talk.
Let's see.
Make it normal.
You should do a set like this though.
Smoking. I quit smoking 3 years ago. Easily the most overrated decision I've ever done. You're like, it's fucking what?
What's the joke? I
What?
can't. I
What
can't.
the fuck
I
are
don't
you
even know what you're
talking
talking about anymore.
We have to break?
Yeah,
Okay, yes, Sebastian. Okay.
We should break because Sebastian Bach is coming in here.
Do you
Did you
think
know
we
this?
can get him to do slam poetry?
I think so.
Let's ask him what he thinks of it. I bet he's very good at it.
Yeah.
I bet he likes it. Like there's like an
Earnestness.
earnestness.
Sebastian Bach is coming in here, and Courtney B. Vance is coming in here.
Who's that?
He's he played what's his name, Johnny Cochran on the OJ show.
Oh fuck, that guy was great.
Yes. So we're gonna take a break. You want to plug your gigs real quick, Jim?
Just Doylestown and Tarrytown Music Hall New Year's Eve. Thank you.
And I believe I'll be on Red Eye tonight.
Yeah.
On Fox News at 3 a.m. So set those DVRs.
Get it.
No clicking.
None.
That's what Larry Sanders used to always say. We'll be back after this.
Should we bring him in?
Yeah. Welcome back. It's Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Sebastian Bach is coming in. He's got a new book out called 18 in Life on Skid Row. Sebastian Bach. Welcome. How's it going? Sit down.
How are you?
You know Dan Soder?
How you doing, man?
This is Dan Soder.
How are you?
Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Well, we were just on Fox and Friends.
I was watching you this morning on
You
Fox
saw
and Friends.
that?
Right before
You
the
were
show.
up?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we were.
God.
We got to do morning radio.
But then the next guest,
That girl on Fox and Friends was all over you, by the way. The blonde. I don't.
Chicks Dig Singers.
I don't know if she was the weather girl or what. I think she's new on Fox and Friends, but she was like, I'm a big Sebastian Bach fan.
Do you think they had to tell her to cool it off after he left? Like, hey, next time.
My wife's gonna go kick her ass.
Yeah.
That's my wife. She's in. But
she was into him, right? Were you there? She was into him, right?
We're gonna kick her butt, babe.
I say you have to delete her off Facebook now.
Oh, no Facebook friends.
Facebook will wreck everything.
Yeah, it really does. It's all
Dude,
saved.
I lost so many friends on this election.
You did.
Yeah, like if I'd stick up for Hillary, I just get attacked.
It was the same on both. People were just fucking unfriending each other. And
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Screaming at each other. I don't do politics on Facebook. I do it in real life, but on Facebook it's too exhausting.
Some guy, I defended Hillary Clinton, and then some guy, your buddy Jameson, goes on my page and calls my uncle a fucking moron. My uncle's
hilarious.
well, you think the fucking world is flat and shit. You're a moron. I go, my uncle's like 72. He lives in like Colorado. Like what? Like you can't call my uncle a fucking moron. Like you're unfriended.
Isn't it just amazing?
And then he's like, sorry, man. You know, and I'm like, dude, I'm done with you.
Look, after everything that you've done and everything that you've been through, you're still dealing with the Facebook bullshit that
No one escapes that. No one escapes, and it's random family members that get it the worst. Cousins, uncles. It's not fucking people you want to get it. It's not old high school friends that you wish you could delete.
Yeah,
it's people you're like, ah, shit.
How's about this? Like, because you have to use your real name, you got to put your old school, so then you get people that you haven't seen since you're like 12, like giving you advice like now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I haven't fucking seen you since I was 12.
Or like you read
I go, literally, I guess we're not 12 years old anymore. Delete. Like, fucking go away.
Or like I read like a smart ass comment on one of my photos.
Like,
I'm
I don't know you anymore, dude. Like,
who's this troll? And it's my uncle. Just like, not aging too well, are you, Sam? It's my fucking uncle. Like, what are you doing?
He's not wrong.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I try not to engage in Facebook. It's just too exhausting. Because Twitter, at least, there's a certain amount of characters.
Yeah.
On Facebook, it just gets too long, and I know most of those people.
And Twitter
so-
kind of disappears, right? Like Facebook has this sort of thing of like it's on your page and people see it at different times, so it just feels permanent.
It has the form of Facebook. It's just so easy to leave like an attack under a picture.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you have a Twitter, you can like reply, but you can't leave like 100 replies.
Right, everybody doesn't see the replies.
That's right. That's right.
Like you're captioning the photo yourself.
That's right. And then there's like 100 dick, pussy, fuck you, walk off. What do you think you're so good?
The see more button on Facebook is always a trouble starter.
Why are you on my page?
Yeah.
Yeah, go away.
There's more than just these 3 sentences, and you click see more, and it goes into a fucking. It's like a scroll. You're like, this is way too much.
But when you spend as much time as you did writing this book, like it's a long book and you wrote it yourself.
Yep.
Like, aren't you tapped out as far as writing? Like, it's all in the book. Don't fucking worry about my Facebook page.
I think we should tell people on your show. I have a new book.
That's
It's
right.
called 18 and Life on Skid Row, and it's in stores today. And it's the #1 selling book on Amazon rock and roll category.
Hey.
Yeah.
Tell your friends on Facebook.
So we'll take it.
Yeah.
And just, writing a book entails countless hours just sitting in front of your computer screen and other than that, literally just torturing everybody around you. Like, be quiet. Go, you can't be in this side of the house. I gotta write a book. Fuck, it's gotta be good. You can't fucking watch TV in the living room. You gotta go in the basement.
Why didn't you get a co-writer? You did the whole thing yourself. You didn't want anybody
Cash.
to.
Okay, there you go.
I like making money. You
makes
gotta
sense.
give this guy that you don't know a third. Fuck that. How's about I fucking write the motherfucker?
How long did it take you to write it?
4 years.
Okay.
I was reading it, and I was bummed out by one thing. Like
What?
I got to this point early on in the book.
Okay.
I really thought I was going to hear a story about you fucking Christina Applegate when she was 16.
Right. Well, you almost read that.
And then you're like, yeah, and we were calling. It was like right after she started on Married with
Yeah.
Children, and you met her in a club and everything.
No, she was a Skid Row fan.
Right, that's what it was.
She was on the side of the stage on
Yes.
the Bon Jovi tour, like for our show, and we just couldn't believe it.
But and it's like, yeah, and we kept in contact a little bit, and I'm like, oh shit, what am I reading here? And then he fesses up and says we made out a little bit and cuddled, but
I know
no
that.
fornication.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie.
No fornication.
Yeah.
Was anybody mad about anything you put in the book?
I don't know. It's only been out a couple hours.
Oh, okay.
Shitstorm hasn't
It came out at 9 a.m. What is it, 10? we got about 50 minutes into this thing.
Usually,
I'm sure somebody is.
Yeah, stuff leaks out though. If you be bad about somebody, it
Okay,
leaks.
I say this over and over in the book. Everything's dated. Most of it's a long time ago, 30 years ago. This is way before the internet, way before cell phones. I just sit down and like remember this shit, you know? With all the stuff we were doing, that wasn't exactly easy. But, you know, kick everybody out of the house and
do you think there's anybody that's going to flip to a certain part of the book, like guessing where they are in your life? Like, I bet there's some shit about me in this part of the book.
Yes.
And just dive right in. Because you said
Eddie
the book's only...
Eddie Trunk is the guy that flips through, looking through his name.
Yeah, guys going through like...
Where the fuck am I? Well, the whole book's about you, dude. 450 pages. All you.
Man, I was Googling you and stuff, and the Bon Jovi stuff is what was the promo leak or whatever it was.
Well, no, that was like a New York Post.
Yeah,
know, like
it's not bad for the book.
No, but listen, again, this was a long time ago. There's an incident that you're referring to in 1989.
Right.
We used to have these ends of tour hijinks, and the New York Post headline yesterday is. John Bon Jovi's dad threatened to kill Sebastian Bach. There's a nice headline.
That's a great
There's
headline.
a lovely headline. But that refers to a very specific incident that happened where I learned if you insult one Italian, the whole fucking family comes at you.
I see.
The father, the brother, everybody. And the road crew.
So why'd you insult him? What happened?
Because he dunked my head in a vat of ice milk. I don't want to give away the whole book.
That's all right. Who has ice milk on tour? That's such an odd thing.
It was the end of tour hijinks. You remember that shit? Where bands would grease up the drumsticks.
Oh, I didn't know they'd do that. No, I know they do.
Well, I was on the road with Pantera once, and I put my mic up to sing, and my mouth starts burning, and I go, what the fuck? And I wipe it off my lips and my eye, and I'm like, ah! And they're all laughing, and they doused my mic in Tabasco.
Oh, that's fucking genius.
And they go, here you go, dude! And I'm fucking running out, I'm going, fuck! And I'm trying to wipe it off, it's going in my eyeballs. Like, everybody's looking on stage, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
I'm going, you fucking bastards!
How long did it last? How long were your eyes burning?
Tabasco's hot. Like, and you get it in your eyes. And you're on stage.
Ice milk would have helped, though.
A Dunkin' ice milk would have taken care of that.
Dunkin' ice milk would have helped everything.
That's what they did. I was walking in the stage, Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
The lights were out, and I feel about 6 dudes just grab me. I don't know what's going on, and just dunk my head and hold me under in a vat of like freezing cold ice milk as the first song is starting.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be up there for the first verse, and I'm under the stage. And you know when you jump into water, it's too cold, you get that vertigo?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And I run up there, and the band's going, what are you doing? And I got milk all over me. But you got to read the rest of the chapter.
Yeah. Well, the book, again, is called 18 in Life on Skid Row. But you still have, like, beefs. I was reading that you had some kind of rivalry with Michael Sweet, who's a singer.
All I know is that in the history of headlines on Blabbermouth, Bach slams pussy sweet. That could be the greatest headline of all rock. That's the name of my sex tape. What? Bach slams pussy sweet.
Very nice.
Fucking good headline.
Yeah.
Say that again. Bach slams
Say it, Dan.
pussy sweet.
Bach slams pussy sweet.
There's a fucking headline for you.
Yeah.
What a cool Dan.
What a headline.
Dan tries to slam pussy okay. That's my
Bach
headline.
slams pussy sweet.
Yeah,
But
that's
I like it.
How are you still getting into rivalries with people in music?
If I read something online that has a little check mark next to it so I know it's the dude saying it, I figure you can say it in person, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If I say some shit, I expect people to say, what's up?
Yeah.
Right.
Bon Jovi's dad is like, I didn't threaten to kill you. You know, maybe he's waiting outside. Like,
Yeah, that's true. What did Michael Sweet do to you?
I don't know, he threw a Bible at me. While he was wearing yellow and black stripes.
He was?
From head to toe. Yeah, it's a fucking amazing look.
Why did he do that?
I don't know, because he believes in God. He has a clergy and a band. It's like it's melded into one.
Who's Michael Sweet?
Exactly.
The guy's throwing Bibles.
You better start praying.
He's a
Bible thrower?
singer, as far as I know.
Bible thrower, Michael Sweet.
Yeah.
You talking about that Bible thrower?
You know about the Bible thrower, Michael Sweet.
No, that's his thing. That's how he ends every show with a
Yeah, so
fucking
the whips
Gideon
and
version, a King James version.
I didn't understand what the whole fight was about, but Michael Sweet from Stryper apparently said something online about some cover of a Skid Row song, and he said it was better than when Sebastian did it. I think. I don't know.
That's not why. That's not why I slam Pussy Sweet.
Why'd you slam Pussy Sweet?
Because he goes, plus he's a tool to boot.
Oh, and you were like, "Fuck you,
I'm
dude."
a fucking tool. I'll show you what being a fucking tool is all about.
How are you gonna call someone a tool?
Let's have a contest and see who's a bigger fucking tool.
But he's got that little piece of hair under his lip.
I'm saying if
Soul patch.
anybody wants to have a tool contest, I will win.
Are you a bigger tool than most people?
I've had a lot of practice.
Guy's got a soul patch. You can't.
That's part of my appeal.
That is the tool badge of honor, isn't it? The soul patch.
And when you're in a band called Stryper, you do.
You wear stripes.
You have to. That's exhausting.
That's the look, though.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
That is a good look. Right?
Yeah.
It's
You were
like
jealous
plaid, only diagonal.
You were jealous because you didn't think to wear stripes. That's
I
what
know.
this
Look
is
at
about.
that. Look at that tie.
Yeah, that's kind of badass.
That reminds me of the Lord. Like that makes me feel all religious.
Right. It puts you in touch with Jesus.
That's right.
That's right.
I feel better.
Why did he
I
douche
feel
you like
nicer.
that? Why did he say you were a tool? For what?
Jesus told him to.
It's a long story, and I really don't want to give him the time.
Did you? But you don't like each other.
He put out a headline once saying that he was asked to produce a Sebastian Bach record. Who the fuck do you think asked that question? Could it be me?
One would think.
I gotta say, I never asked any guy in Stryper to produce my record.
You didn't?
No. I never did. It's the way it is.
Right.
Sorry.
Man, oh man. You know, there was another interaction that I was interested in the book.
Okay.
I think it was like 88, 89. I couldn't believe you were talking about seeing Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
And Gene Simmons, like, and this was like height of Skid Row. Everything was going on. And even then, it was when Kiss was going through their no makeup phase.
Yeah.
And Gene was like, kind of, I don't want to say insulting you, but like reprimanding you for drinking alcohol.
This is Sebastian. What is that in your cup?
He like grabs it.
Jack Daniels? How do you put this in your system? You're killing yourself.
I'm like, oh my God, are you corny, dude? Like, if it's fucking okay for the Stones, what the fuck?
It's just because you're like the
corny is just a great
Keith
thing.
Richards corny?
That's great.
But it was just so funny to think because he's like the biggest Kiss fan ever.
Loves Kiss.
I love it. So the whole book's like a love letter to Kiss.
Of course, yeah. But like the fact that like Gene wouldn't be like, well, yeah, maybe Sebastian when he's like 19, 20 years old is enjoying himself. He's having a beverage. You know what I mean?
Making me a new asshole.
He is.
Did you ever get to open for them? I know the band did without you, but did you ever get to?
No.
No.
Bullshit.
That sucks.
Bullshit.
That's okay, man.
It's fucked.
I'm busy enough, believe me. I'm busy.
Whose idea was the dust jacket for the book?
That was my idea because as a Kiss fan, you want a fucking full pull-out color poster.
Well, let me tell you something.
Included in
Dan Soder, you haven't seen this one yet.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a picture of me about 1 million years ago.
You know what?
This
You
wasn't
shouldn't have that
recent?
one though. You
That
shouldn't
was
have
last
that.
week. That
No,
was
no,
last
because your
week.
penis bulge is
Look at
showing. You
it.
probably shouldn't have that.
Dude, when my dad,
Look at that happy trail, huh?
Dude, when my dad saw me on the cover of Rolling Stone, I was so excited. I call home. I go, Dad, did you see the cover of Rolling Stone? The phone's like quiet. He goes, what the fuck is that, an armadillo in your pants?
I got it from you.
That's
Did you stuff for this picture, or is this natural?
That ain't no stuff. You can see ridges.
I'm not that intelligent. I don't use tapes for my vocals, and I don't put anything in my
Man.
pants.
That is all natural, huh?
My hair's all real too.
Really?
Believe it or not.
Look at that real deal.
Look at
Real
that.
deal.
I didn't even know that was a.
Plus, I'm old.
You didn't know this was a poster, Jim?
No, we said I didn't. I hadn't looked
Every
inside.
fucking issue, Jim. Now you love that book.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you to. I'm gonna get you to sign this. I'm gonna put it up on my ceiling before I go to bed tonight.
Just wait for the tape to give out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, come on.
back down to me. Come back down to me.
That's like in David Lee Roth, like, you know, when I had Women and Children First, I had the poster of him like chained up to the fence with no shirt on. It's not weird at all.
It is weird. It is weird. The shirtless
I
rock
thought
stars.
it was totally, I like, put this up.
There was a time when
Like,
that was
not a
metal,
chick,
though.
Yeah.
Like
that
a
was
dude
fucking.
chained to a fence with no shirt on. Like,
Yeah, I don't
my
have.
favorite poster.
It was cool back in the day.
So cool.
He looks
Yeah.
so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yes, certain things just don't hold over.
No.
They don't hold up.
No, they in hindsight are a little weird. Is there anything you didn't want to write about? Like, is there anything you're like, I'm going to make this the book? Finally,
there's a whole section on my computer called "Cut Out of Book."
what's there?
Well, this isn't really a tell-all. This is like a tell-some.
I see.
There was more sex in the previous version, but
why wouldn't you put all the sex in?
Because I would read it back, and it would read like, and then she reached down and unzipped my fly. And
it's a romance
It was
novel.
too sexy.
I just felt like Donald Trump. Fucking like I grabbed her pussy. Fucking. I'm like, dude, you can't put that in your fucking book.
Did you ever do that shit though? You ever grab a girl by the pussy?
Some guys don't need to grab.
Oh, I see. It was offered.
They were
to
just
you.
throwing it in his hand. He had to drop it.
Never had a need to grab.
I
nothing.
accepted the pussy in my hand.
Yeah.
It was given to me.
Drop it. Drop it like a dog with a tennis ball. Drop it. Drop it. Okay, thank
Pussy
you.
fetch.
Yeah. Are you ever going to release another book of all the salacious details?
you know, I don't want to. I believe it or
Sex
not,
stories with Sebastian.
You could even do a cover.
Collins has already said they want another book. So.
Yeah. You could do a cover like a romance novel with like a billowy blouse over.
Yeah.
I think what I'd really like to do is a travel log that might, on the surface, sound boring, but we just did 40 gigs in the last 2 months in 7 countries. We played Mexico City like 2 nights ago, and people don't fucking get like Kanye West gets it. He's at home in bed.
Yeah.
I'm on Sirius Radio. I'm tired. I'm thirsty. No shit. You're on the fucking road, dude. Here's a glass of water.
How was Mexico? Mexico is good or is it scary?
It's grueling?
Yeah.
How's it grueling if you cancel it?
Well, you've been on the road. I mean,
that was annoying, right? Because he walks out of a show 3 songs in, and then he canceled like 30 shows.
We're playing like in Sudbury in the snow with the lifting up shit on the ice and the fucking. I'm not lifting, but somebody is.
But he doesn't have any equipment. He doesn't have a band. He's just him on a stage with a mic.
Not to be a prick, but like
Right.
I don't think that guy or the Kardashians like know what they signed up for, like in this world. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't do anything.
Right.
They just have this name. I'm gonna be a rock star.
We
have a fucking nice time with that.
How do you fucking cancel all those
It's not
gigs?
as easy as you think it is. Like,
Right.
How do you leave your
it's
fucking-
tiring. It's grueling.
How do you leave
I'm
your fucking-
thirsty. What the fuck are you talking about? You're thirsty.
Yeah, get a fucking bottle
What
of
are you
water.
fucking you don't even know what you're talking about.
Right.
He might have mental problems.
That's a luxury.
He might have
You
mental
don't think I have fucking mental fucking?
I think you might. Yeah, I think so.
That doesn't give me a right to cancel the gig. But Ozzy Osbourne, he's real stable.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no, I think Kanye's awful. I think
Fucking
he's terrible.
Ozzy's up there shuffling around, peeing his pants. He doesn't give a fuck.
Does he urinate himself?
Fucking- it's
Yeah,
like,
he does.
That's why he dumps water.
As soon as Black Sabbath's done, I'm doing an O solo record.
I mean, you've been on the road for consistently 25 years?
30 years.
There's no quitting you, is there?
I enjoy it. What I really enjoy specifically
Yes.
is touring by bus.
You like that?
I love the bus. I love being on the bus, rolling down the road. I don't like flying at 9 in the morning to the gig and getting to the hotel at, when you're on the road and you're doing fly-ins.
Yeah.
That sucks, going to the airport all the time. And I like the bus. The bus is like a cocoon.
Right. That's like
I
what
can do
Dan was
that
saying about
forever.
his van that he takes to set.
It's my little cocoon.
Is that your cocoon?
Where I get to hear poems.
That's right.
And other cool things.
Do you guys write poems?
No.
Oh.
They don't pay.
Do you share the bus with the other band members or you get your own?
I get my own, suite in the back.
Okay.
Like a bedroom, a slide out.
That'd be kind of fun to be on the bus. I've never done a tour bus, but it would suck to share it with people. I would hate all that.
Would you want to bring Jim with you on the bus?
Yeah, he's funny, man. I follow him on Twitter.
Thank you. Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
Well, listen, everybody.
I love your stuff on Twitter.
Thank you, man.
I laugh at all the time.
Thank you, buddy.
Everybody get the book, man. It's called Sebastian Bach, 18 in Life on Skid Row. It's out today.
Yes.
It's on Amazon. Yeah, you're doing signings and all
Doing a
kinds
whole
of
book
stuff.
tour.
All over the place.
Tonight in Brooklyn.
You sure you're not going to get exhausted and have to cancel them?
I'm thirsty.
Tonight, St. Vitus in Brooklyn. Tomorrow, Bookends in Ridgewood.
How is that acceptable?
Thursday is Eatontown. He's got a whole bunch. Go to, is there a website you can go to, or maybe go to Sebastian's Twitter?
At Sebastian Bach on Twitter.
On Facebook.
Yeah, he's got everywhere. He's doing Illinois, Michigan, St. Louis, Arizona, LA, and Vegas at the Hard Rock December 17th. There's a shitload of book signings. So go meet Sebastian, buy a book, and get it signed.
Thanks, Jim. Let me sign yours right now.
Thank you, Sebastian Bach.
You got it.
And we'll be back with Courtney B. Vance after this.
More Jim Norton and Sam Roberts after this.
Hey, it's E-Rock. And it's Matt O.G.
And Giddles. Christy Petco.
And we all do a show called It's Eric Nagel, and we talk about everything that's pretty much the new mainstream. TV, movies, internet trends, lifestyle trends, video games, collectibles, politics. Yeah, sometimes. Okay. Technology, craft beer. Giddles is into all sort of food takedowns. Yep. So if that sounds interesting, make sure to download episodes of It's Eric Nagel on SiriusXM On Demand. Matt, how do they do that?
It's really simple. They just have to download the SiriusXM app.
Do it. Good. Do it now.
If you or someone you love is suffering from hearing loss, please stay tuned for a special free offer from the makers of a revolutionary hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers to fit the ear almost invisibly, and it can be adjusted to find the perfect way to hear everything in every listening environment. Right now, we're offering absolutely free in-home trials to everyone who calls now. 1-800-500-9076. Call in the next 10 minutes and you'll also receive free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear is lightweight and practically invisible, so people won't notice when you're wearing it. So again, if you or someone you love is suffering from hearing loss, please give them or yourself this life-changing 100% free in-home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-500-9076. That's 1-800-500-9076. 1-800-500-9076.
It's the holidays, and you know what that means? Millions of us are going to go online and get the best deals and have them shipped right to our doors. But you know what else it means? That millions of us are going to fall victim to package theft. I'm Jamie Siminoff, inventor of the Ring Video Doorbell. Last year, over 23 million Americans had a package stolen from their doorsteps. With the Ring Video Doorbell, you can fight back. Ring lets you see, hear, and speak to anyone at your door, so you can tell the delivery guy where to hide your packages.
Hi, can you leave the package on the side, please?
You can also tell package thieves that they've been caught red-handed.
Hey, I got you on camera, buddy.
Don't let thieves steal happiness from your holidays. Protect your packages with Ring. Give someone special the gift of peace of mind for the holidays. Defend your doorway with the Ring Video Doorbell. Get yours at ring.com/talk and save $150 off of a Ring of Security kit. That's ring.com/talk. That's ring.com/talk.
Have you ever dreamed of owning your own business? Well, now is the time to join one of the top franchises in the growing $300 billion a year home improvement industry. Enhance Wood Renewal, the #1 wood refinishing franchise, needs your help to keep pace with unprecedented customer demand, fueled by our established authorized provider contract with the Home Depot. With 1 in 4 Enhance franchisees generating nearly $20,000 per month within their first year, and established franchisees earning over $500,000, it's no wonder everyone wants to join the #1 wood refinishing franchise in America, Enhance. Call 866-642-6231 or visit enhancefranchise.com to learn more now. Enhance offers in-house financing and low startup costs under $50,000. Franchisees receive an exclusive territory, world-class training, and ongoing world-class support. No experience necessary. Work from home and start in as little as 60 days. Great territories are still available. Call 866-642-6231 or visit enhancefranchise.com and enhance your life, income, and investment today.
The
The road to success is waiting for you at Landstar, the leading company for owner-operators for more than 20 years. At Landstar, it's always your truck and your choice of the loads you want to haul, and the decisions on where to run is up to you. Landstar also offers unparalleled team support and benefits, including percentage pay, fuel and tire discounts, appreciation days, and more. Keep moving forward on the road to success with Landstar. Visit them online at leasetolandstar.com.
Welcome back to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Oh man, the fun never stops.
It smells like pot in here now. And it wasn't me.
Does it?
A little bit.
Vaping.
That's just that fucking classic rock star. It's all on my watch.
Sebastian Bach's girlfriend was like unconscious. I thought, wife.
He has taken her in front of the Lord.
I thought we were gonna have to carry her out. She was literally like, we were all like laughing after the interview, and she was unconscious.
Out.
She's tired.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, it's early morning.
She's not doing it. The adrenaline's not kicking for her.
10:30, Jim. It's not.
But if you get up at, say, 6 or 7 to go out and do a press tour and you're not doing anything but just sitting there listening to the same interview?
That's fucking brutal.
That's awful.
Right. You're saying we just did the same interview he's done?
Meaning the same question, what's the book about, the Bon Jovi story? Yeah, I mean, there's only so many things you can ask.
It does smell like some really good fucking weed, though.
Yeah.
He vaped in here before he left.
Wacky tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I got him to sign the. Dust jacket. I was thinking about getting it done for Travis because Travis has been admiring that poster on the dust jacket this whole time.
Yeah.
For like a month since we've had the book.
But then he asked me what my name. First, he asked me what my name was.
That was great.
Yeah, good.
And I was like, "It's Sam."
That's right.
Fucking asshole.
I like that. And by the way, both of your names were clearly up on the TV.
Well, how does he know you're not Sam? He doesn't know who's who.
I was kind of in the position, like, do I look like a guest?
No, you don't even look like a man.
You know what?
Oh.
I think from here on out, I'm just going to tell everyone I'm Sam Roberts.
So Courtney B. Vance is coming in right now.
I don't want to lie to Johnny Cochran.
You know.
Yeah,
You know.
No.
You know. Yeah, we're ready.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at that. Our next guest coming into studio right now.
Hey, how you doing?
Courtney B. Vance is here. Welcome to the show, man. Good having you. Good to see you. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable. Take your jacket off. Stay a while. That's right.
A lot of men.
Like a lot of men in here. Yeah, you got.
It's like a YMCA locker room. Yeah, it's a very sad YMCA locker room.
Yeah, we're a little fruity. Sorry.
I'm glad you brought a couple women with you. A little estrogen never hurts, but we try to keep it as much testosterone as possible.
Keep it real.
That's right. We're keeping it real. So welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
Are people pestering you with O.J. Simpson questions now just because you played a character in the story?
What's your feeling? You gonna ask me a couple? Bring it on, baby.
No, you were
really
good.
nailed you.
You made me like a guy that I hadn't previously liked that much. You showed him in a different light, and I guess it was well done.
I showed you the light.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, a different light. Yeah, the light.
Because he was all about the people. He was. He took care of all kind of levels of folk, and he was. There was a lot of police brutality back in the day, and still is today. And he was really about making sure the people had a voice.
He didn't mind the limelight either, though.
Hey, doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
They made Shapiro look a little weaselly.
Who is that?
Robert Shapiro.
Oh, Shapiro. Well, people. It takes a lot of people. If it wasn't for the people, it'd be a wonderful world.
What kind of research did you do to get into that? Did you watch a bunch of like Johnny Cochran interviews? Did you just go off the script?
I did, and I read the book. The piece was based on the run of his life, Jeff Toobin's book, and I said because his life was so big, I said I'm not going to look at any footage because it was I was intimidated already. So I made the choice not to, and I said the scripts are great, and I think that once I saw myself with the wig on, and I said I think people will forgive me any nuance I miss if I can just usher them into the stories. So that was the choice I made.
I like that what Cuba Gooding did. It was that he didn't seem like he was doing an impression of OJ. It just seemed like he was playing this guy who was in this, and I just found it was really, really well done. It wasn't a bunch of guys doing impressions.
Right. I think we all made the choice that the scripts are great. We can this, and so we want to do just enough to let you all enter the story. If we can let you enter the story, then you would forgive us and go. And that's exactly what happened.
Do you like playing lawyers? Do you like to argue in life? Because you played a lawyer on Law and Order too.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
For quite a long time.
Yeah.
I guess I do like to debate. I don't know if I like to argue. I don't like. I don't know if anyone likes confrontation, but I don't. Sometimes there's difficult conversations you have to have in life, and I don't like them, but I want to get them over and done with. So some people just don't like confrontation at all.
Yeah.
But isn't there something so satisfying about knowing you're about to walk into an argument with somebody and knowing that your argument is like unbeatable?
That must be a wonderful thing. You don't know? That happens rarely in my life. So when I do feel, but then at the same time you have to, because you know that you can't go in there and gloat.
Yeah.
So you have to be calm and gentle with the hammering that you're about to lay down. So
is there anything that you can't not debate? Like sometimes things will come up and it's like I try not to, and then once in a while something comes up, I'm like, oh, I have to.
Are we going to go here?
No,
I'm really going to go.
Is there anything that you just that you can't that every time it just gets you?
Yeah, there are topics that I just don't want to debate about because it opens up a whole nother can of worms, and but what are you going to do? Sometimes you just gotta get in it.
Yeah.
We
were talking earlier about Facebook about how those debates kind of go off the rail completely because it's the opposite of having an argument with a person. Because in person you can kind of know where the argument's going to go, but online it can just wildfire.
That could get very dangerous because you don't see people's faces and you don't get the nuance.
There's something you said about confrontation though. Saying something to a person's face, you actually see how they react to it in real time, and you kind of know the effect you have on them. Whereas online, it's just completely.
And that's our world that we live in. That my generation is really the last generation that's got a foot in both camps. I did. There was no email or Twitter and all those kind of things back when I was in college. So it was. I still have all my letters that I sent my mom and dad and girlfriends at the time. So it's I remember standing in line in the dormitory waiting for the phone.
Yeah.
The one phone in the hallway, and everybody had their 2 minutes, and you had to be very I love you too, Mom.
Just kind of under your breath.
I love you too. Okay, bye, Daddy. I love you too. It's a brave new world now.
We talk on the show too about party lines. Do you remember party lines? We had to share a phone number with people downstairs, and a lot of times the phone would ring and you'd pick it up and it was for the people downstairs.
Wow, that's a whole different world. People don't know that. They don't know 8-tracks. They don't know, they barely know pagers anymore. That was,
Oh yeah, we forget about it.
The whole wire never would have happened without pagers. Imagine if if it was all cell phones, the wire wouldn't have happened.
Right. Yeah, and we were looking at clips of his old apartment, and he had stacks of CDs, even not that long ago.
That?
It was
what
just
is a
exactly.
CD? What is an LP?
Stacks.
An LP. What?
There is something less romantic, probably, because like you said, you find a box, right, of the old letters that you wrote when you were in college, and you'll read them and be like, wow, I was a different person.
Right.
Whereas now, like, if I just put my ex-girlfriend's name into my Gmail search, I got all the emails, but it's like, why would I ever look at these?
We used to remember everybody's phone number. Now, if you ask somebody what their phone number is, if you lose your phone and you had to call people, we wouldn't know what people's phone numbers are.
No way.
The mind is a terrible thing to watch.
I think we're using it for other things, though. Like the memory's not getting wasted on phone numbers, and hopefully it's being used for other stuff.
Okay, I believe you. Okay.
It's like the fun facts that we post on Facebook. That's what the memory's being used for now. But all the great political opinions everybody has.
But you don't need it, because usually most devices, like it's weird to see, like in school they don't have to do any type of calculations anymore. It's just you just push a button and you get it.
Yeah.
When I was in school, you couldn't use a calculator.
Now you can use a lot of that stuff.
But you still have to know how you have to show how you arrived at your answers.
Right. Formulas and show your work.
You got to show that. You can't just go boom and no. I mean, eventually it'll be, that you can. In the upper grades, I think you can get away with that. But in the lower grades, my kids are in 5th grade now. They got to show their work. So.
Gotcha. So you're having kids in 5th grade. Like, is it difficult to talk to them about what a phenomenon, like why people care so much about what you did on the OJ show and why people cared so much about that trial? Because I would imagine that now they're old enough that their classmates are like aware of you because that show was so big.
Well, I think they're aware of us, but we don't focus on who we are. We focus on the who they are, where they come from, and why we're standing here on the shoulders of Arthur Ashe, because my son is playing tennis now, and President Obama and Oprah Winfrey and Harriet Tubman, and you have to know, the country. We have a wonderful, great country, but there's parts of our history that we're not proud of. We're not proud of what happened to the Native Americans, and we're not proud of what happened to the Japanese Americans in the internment camps. But it's a part of who we are. Mm-hmm. And we always say that there's one education you're going to get at school, there's another education you're going to get at home. You got to know where you came from, and so that when you go out into the world, you can have compassion, and you can be kind to people, even though they give you back one thing. You don't have to return it in kind. Some things you got to let it go. And something happens at school, didn't go your way, come home, tell me about it, and if we need to get in and go up to school and take care of it, we'll go up to school and just have a discussion with the principal about what my son and daughter are trying to do the right thing, and this is not right. Can we talk about it? And that just so that the children aren't out there fighting when something and learning that if something doesn't go your way, you gotta go to fists. These days you can't do that.
Have they watched footage of the real trial and now they understand kind of what it was?
No, we talk about, because the show, the OJ show is not for them.
Yeah,
right.
The content is not for them. But we talk a lot about who they are and what the time period was and who OJ was, and so they're starting to build their cases in their minds about who people are, and I think this election was very important for them to actually see seeing the bitterness with which the candidates were going at each other, and how not being able to take the high road, and what that meant. We always talk about taking the high road and not we can have a discussion. We don't have to hate each other, and then seeing the trial, the election, and how the candidates couldn't do that. They couldn't have a agree to disagree and move on. So it's a very interesting time in our country for people now to have to go back and talk to their children about what, Daddy, you said that, but why were they so mean to each other? So we've got to actually talk about why.
Well, so many parents don't want to explain stuff to the kid. They're like, oh, well, I don't want to have to tell my kids that. That's
the hard part of parenting is explaining that stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. But even like teaching the compassion, even now, arguments on TV are being rewarded for being civil, which is just crazy. Like the Trevor Noah, when he had that guest, they're like, oh, it was a civil argument. You're like, that's where we're at?
I like a good knockdown drag out. I enjoy watching that.
But it is insane that you have to teach your kids to be more civil than the candidates running for president. You know what I mean? Like when you're like, no, don't hold yourself to the standard that we hold the presidents to.
Yeah,
hold yourself to a different standard.
These two people are real psychos. So let's just not try to do that.
Do you have to watch out when your kids bring friends home, and probably especially when they were younger than now? Like, do you have to watch out that it's not just kids who are put up to it by their parents who want to see what it's like in the house with you and Angela Bassett?
Never happens.
It doesn't?
No. No, never happens. They don't. Kids don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, but their parents might.
Yeah, but
right, and if like, and
Or are
especially
they
when
famous,
you have to do.
are they kids of famous
They don't
parents as
care.
well?
No, we go to. But we're at public schools. They don't care.
And even the parents don't care. It's
No,
just
they don't care who you are. Everybody's working hard. Everybody is glad to be in this wonderful school district that has wonderful. And everybody's paying the high property taxes to be in the district, so they don't care.
I would care. I'd try to get my kid to be friends with your kid.
Absolutely.
For sure. I'd try to see what was going on in your house.
I'd only angle if there's a trampoline involved. Do they have a good trampoline?
That's very funny.
Yeah. Who are their parents? Parent-teacher night, I'd be like, yeah, no, see what they're doing. See what they're doing.
I heard a water slide. There's an above-ground pool or an in-ground pool. We need you to pony up with in-ground pool.
That's very funny.
This is your first comedy?
This on camera, yes. I've done a play at the Guthrie, His Girl Friday, with my wife, and it was a 200-page play that we did. But this is the first time on camera that I really really let loose. And it's a great opportunity. It's a great story. We need to laugh right about now. We were talking about how contentious and I remember the election. I was like, is this real? It's a dream, right? I'm going to get up and it's going to be a different world when I wake up, right? And it wasn't. And I think we need to, as we come to the close of this year, we got to figure out a way how to have some fun and know that this is just we're going to get through this. We're all going to work together and find our way through it, like we find our way through everything. This country is made the fabric stretches, but it doesn't tear. So that's what it's time for.
Well, had you been offered comedies and turned them down because you didn't like them, or you just hadn't been offered them before?
No, I just haven't been offered them before, and this was a wonderful opportunity. They really wanted, because it's a comedy, but comedy for me is situational.
Yeah.
It's really about this guy who is straight ahead, and this company really is on hard times, and they really need him to be delivered, so that they need his company to save their company, and they're coming to me to please let us partner up with you, please, we need you. And I'm like, I don't really, I'm going to Dell, I don't need you guys. Mm-hmm. And they're please just come to our office Christmas parties. You can see our culture, and we're good. We take care of people. We're about our people. I'm like, you know what? I've seen the cubicles in the carpet. I don't really need. No, I'm not coming. Please come to our party. And they asked me, do you party? And I said, I used to. And so I go to the party, and it's not looking good. And then all of a sudden, I run into this snow machine.
Right.
And it's all on. It's all on popping.
There's a lot of extras in the movie, obviously.
We call them background artists.
Background players.
Background artists.
Do they prefer to be called background artists?
Background artists.
There's a ton of them, though.
Because 350 background artists.
Because the scene is so big. Does it frustrate you when the background artists start trying to take attention away? Because Dan Soder was telling us a story about watching the guy have to get fired.
I watched the background artist get fired for having his cell phone on and then talking too loudly in a quiet scene.
Oh, well, I mean, it does happen.
Overacting.
I mean, there's 350, people.
Yeah, personalities.
Yeah.
There's 350 personalities.
Artists.
Background artists. I will amend from now on. I shall hereon call them background artists.
Have you ever seen anybody fired on a set like that?
I have not personally, but I'm sure it happened.
It is awkward. Let me tell you.
Very awkward. I mean, but you must have one of the artists must have done something that
he wasn't.
They all know what the rules are.
Yeah,
of course.
They're artists, and they know that they're supposed to be in the background.
Sometimes they don't make artistic choices, right? And they talk a little too loud.
And so when they get in the foreground, there's problems.
Right. That art is meant to be in
the background art.
Yes.
So and there, this was a very, there's quite a few foreground artists in our piece, and they're very prominent foreground artists. And so they wanted to make sure that there was a nice little gap in between. and that everyone stayed in their lane because we had a limited amount of time and a lot of work to do. Yeah. So they were the soul and heart of our piece were the background artists. They really, 12, 14 hours a day. They were doing, dancing. They would put the music on to get everybody get in the right rhythm and beat, and then they would turn the music off because they wanted to have the dialogue clear. And so you had these 350 artists just bouncing and bopping to nothing, and for 12 hours, and then afterwards after being silent for 2-3 minute scene, they after 20 takes, the director would tell everybody you can't talk.
Yeah, that's crazy
because it's too many people,
and
it's just too many people in the room, and I can't hear myself think. So no talking in between setups, and so it was. I mean, they were, and there's not places for them to sit, so they're just kind of for 12. I mean, it's grueling. It's really grueling what they've done and what they did, and they really added so much to our piece, as you'll see. So, hats off to our background artists.
That's a shitty job. That's a really rough. I mean, there's a lot worse. It is
a lot worse. It's a lot worse.
Yeah, there's worse gigs, but that is a tough thing to do 12 hours and then not talk
for 3 months.
Yeah, that's.
For 3 months.
And you can't look at the camera. Like you want to look at the camera, but you can't.
No, but you don't want to look at the camera.
Oh, I do.
Oh. That's why you're not a background artist.
I like to look right into it.
Cut. We got to fire this background artist. This guy's just staring right.
He's making eye contact with the lens,
right down the barrel.
Now, Denzel Washington is doing the movie Fences.
Yes,
which. You were pretty well known for your run when you were doing that, when you were doing the play.
Yes.
And, you got a ton of credit for it as well. It's very, very good.
It's really fun to watch them. I went and saw their revival of our play, Denzel and Viola, and they, we had a really, we did the play over a 3-year period and re-rehearsed the play at every city we were in, at Yale, at Chicago, in San Francisco, and in New York. And so we really, by the time we came into New York, we were a really solid, tight family. So, I can't, when someone else does the play and I go see it, I take that into consideration. And it's tough to be able to, in 4 weeks, to try to get to where we all got to in 3 years. So, if a group, when they're doing the play, gets, a series of moments or half of the play, then they've accomplished something great, because it's a really, really tough play to pull together.
How do you not get bored doing the same thing every night?
Because you really have to you realize that the people that are there, they paid a lot of money and they want to see a great show. So you have to go through the experience every night, and that's how I figured out how. Because the character I played, Corey, has to mourn his father in song every night, and when I was first doing the play, I couldn't figure out how to get there. I would dry up oftentimes. And my director Lloyd Richards came to me and said, "You're dry. What's going on, Courtney?" I said, "I don't know. I haven't figured out how to get there." And then and when I was on Broadway, I started to realize that it's about the play. You got to go through. Let yourself go through the play, and because it's a great play, by virtue of going through the play every night, the play will take you there. I had to allow myself to let the play take me to where I needed
By
to
dry
go.
up, what do you mean?
I had to cry.
Physically, okay.
I had to cry to mourn my father in a song that he taught me, and that this little girl, his daughter, by another woman, his daughter had been taught the same song, and from us doing the song and all the moves that our father taught us both, we came to I came to mourn my father, and so oftentimes I couldn't get there, but once I figured that key out, it became a beautiful, beautiful moment. And today, if I sing the song, I would go, because it's in me.
Right.
On TV, they a lot of times don't have tears when they cry. I've noticed that too. Like a lot of times you'll see them crying and the face is right, but it's like you're not.
It's hard to do it when because in television they move real fast.
What's the name of the song?
Old Dog Blue. Had an old dog. His name was Blue.
He's crying. Courtney's crying.
Oh,
I
God,
see it.
blubbering.
He's crying. So Denzel's directing and starring in this one.
It's a film, right? Yeah.
In the film adaptation, yeah. Did you reach out to Denzel and go, dude, if you're going to do a movie, I could have done it. Like...
No.
You did not. It doesn't work that way?
No.
Are you going to see it?
Yes, I'll see it. Yes, I'll see it. He's a dear friend, and we just I'm so grateful and happy for him. It's a wonderful moment.
Are you going to be in the movie at all? There's no room for you. I don't know how many people
room in that movie for me.
You don't think that's the type of a movie where you're just like, hey, cameo, hello, remember me from the thing before?
And it's been done already, so the movie's already done. I can't get in there.
Oh, so the movie is basically just the play shot.
Yeah, well, they opened it up. Yeah, it's a film.
It's a film version of the
play, right? Yeah. That they've done for, and I think they're going to do the whole series because August wrote 10 plays over for each decade of the 20th century. So HBO, I believe, is going to do all the different plays. But the first one, which is Fences, is a film.
It's great. Well, listen.
We have to close.
We do have to close, but don't worry about Fences, because in theaters this Friday is Office Christmas Party.
Right.
T.J. Miller was in here yesterday.
Oh, yes. Took over the whole studio, didn't he?
Yeah.
Force of nature.
At least he was well dressed.
Was he very Christmassy?
Oh.
He had a sweater blazer on.
Oh, yeah. He's had that blazer on for like 6 years.
I love TJ.
Yeah, he's
but
great.
everybody, go check out the movie. It's in theaters on Friday. You can follow Courtney B. Vance on Twitter at Courtney B. Vance. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Thank you, guys.
Dan, do you have any dates or anything?
Helium, bam. Helium Comedy Club. I'm going to be there in Philly December 29th through New Year's Eve.
And Jim?
I have Doylestown this Friday, Saturday, and then my last gig of the tour is the Tarrytown Music Hall on New Year's Eve.
Oh.
And I will be on Red Eye on Fox News tonight at 3 a.m., so set your DVRs. And we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Goodbye,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.